All right, we're live. Let's go. And wait for everyone to come in. Oh shoot, it's doing split screen. Hold up. Where's my co-host? We got Lugia here already. Frick! Don't look at that.
Hi guys. Wait, what happened? You don't
There's
want me to
only
look at
like
what?
one person here.
Wait, someone said something rude. Hold
Someone
up.
said, well, someone's no. They're saying hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, what do you want to start with the
I
episode?
thought it was beef. You flip a coin. Either we do the episode first or we do the other talk. The other one's whichever one. I don't care. Flip a coin.
Let's get the episode out of the way first.
Here's a good episode.
I can see Twitch emotes, huh?
Yeah, just way back.
Yeah, the episode wasn't actually. The episode was good.
It was not bad.
So you think it sucks, huh?
No, no, don't do that because I can talk and make everything.
You can make
fun.
it good, but what do you think? Was it a good episode? I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good slice of life.
That is the perfect way of saying it. It's just a slice of life.
Yeah.
It's just like going on getting a nice slice. You just chilling.
Well, not the pizza. It's a slice of someone's life.
I know, but like a slice of life just sounds like like a nice little dose of like
Pizza.
not too high, not too low. Just like
Okay.
I'm good I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I got a good slice of life right now. You know,
Are you reading the comments? Look what someone said here.
no, because I'm gonna fight people. Then they're just gonna say stuff to instigate me, and then it's just gonna turn into like nonsense. What happened? Oh my God, is that real?
I don't know, bro. The thing is, I don't even remember what happens in Sword, so I have to edit the videos, and I'm like, oh frick, he dies, and then she dies. TTar playing Zelda. Any chance you can play Hollow Knight? Okay, let's get to the episode. Hold on, let me get the pictures. So Hollow Knight, I don't know, bro. I saw some people playing Hollow Knight before. It looks cool.
What is that?
It's like a game with the you have a shovel. No, that's Shovel Man. There's another game, Hollow Knight, and what else? Frick, man. You have a shovel in Hollow Knight? Oh man.
Hollow.
I don't want to talk about Hollow Knight anymore.
Yeah, what the heck?
What'd you look up?
Is Hollow Knight. How's Zelda going?
I haven't played Zelda in like a week. Figured doing other stuff. Nah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It seems like a pretty good game.
Yeah.
But like apparently one thing that seems to be like getting people in trouble is I think I read the comments on your own video or something like that, but people are like, yo, I can't play this video out loud
Why?
because apparently like the way the female characters like make runs.
Nah. What they go like and stuff?
Yeah,
But that's fine.
yeah. These people be thinking they're like having like
The weird thing to me is someone has to explain to me Zelda. So Zelda's in the game, right? She's wearing these different clothes, these like old clothes, but she has these like freaking tear tattoos stuck on her. I'm like, is she crying? But then she has it in every scene.
she's Lil Wayne.
All right, bro, let's do the episode.
Yeah,
She kills someone.
yeah. She went to jail. She didn't go to jail. Okay, she did something.
Because there's this one scene that happens which is supposed to be sad. So I'm like, oh, she's crying. And the next scene, she's happy and she still has it.
That is so weird. You think you would what? Imagine that was a glitch.
She's just
Like
crying always.
the tears are just staying there.
I don't know. I don't want to look into it. But
Is
whatever.
that what they mean by tears of a kingdom? Like she just has permanent tears until the kingdom's just...
I still don't know. When they see Tears of the Kingdom, it's supposed to be one of the two tears. Like tears or tears. I think it's probably tears.
So her tears have nothing to do with...
Shouldn't be. I mean, it's funny you say that. If you play the game, yeah, I could see your laptop screen. If you play the game, there is something with her tears.
Might be watching something. I'm saying.
Not directly, but just wherever she's crying from,
Yeah.
kind of works out. She's crying from somewhere. She's like Princess Peach. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it. Okay, let's do the episode. Okay.
Episode recap.
All right, episode recap.
Bing.
Frick, man. Okay, so the last episode ended with Dot showing them the Rayquaza that said they're in Palkia, right?
This one was kind of... I know you said earlier, like a slice of life, but it was a nice slice of life because it's a little bit of a setup, and then there's a little conspiring that you can do near the end. As we go through,
It's a setup because now we're at the end of the episode. We're officially, but I'll say it. Like
Yeah.
we're officially in Paldia at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Which means stuff's what's going on. Okay, so she showed them the Rayquaza obviously, but they normalize Dot a lot more. She's not aware of everything.
Yeah, I actually was. I wanted to talk about that, but I thought we'd get about that closer towards
We could go in whatever order. It
to
doesn't
the
matter.
end. But yeah, like as we like, I wanted
You
to
want to
try.
wait till we get
I
there?
want to try to recap a bit more and then speak on it. But that was one of the biggest things that came up to me. I was like, wait, she doesn't have the awareness. In fact, I actually have like a bit of like an opposite view towards it. But you'll see as we recap what happens.
Okay, so what even happened? So yeah, she
I
take.
kind of like what we did last time, where like the time when I was like sleepwalking and you kind of like recapping it, kind of like
Okay, okay, I'll try. I'll try, but okay. So
I'll step in, but you let me know.
okay, so it continues from last episode where Dot showed them the Rayquaza because Roy and Freed, they're both trying to find the black Rayquaza. And then for
Yeah,
Liko, they're just trying to meet her mom to talk about the pendant or something.
yeah.
So both of them are crossing over into Paldia because Dot shows that Rayquaza. Somehow she knows she's the secret one on the ship. She shows that Rayquaza's in Paldia. So they do try to talk to Dot, but then she doesn't really talk to them. She just stays in her room. This is Roy late at night. I don't I don't know what he's doing. He's like half asleep and he tries to like go into the kitchen and then he sees like Freed and Murdoch up to something. They're like, "Don't blow our cover." And then these guys try to. I don't even understand. I get it now, but they're like they have this Alcremie in a cupboard. This is what they're up to,
Yeah.
right? They have an Alcremie in a cupboard, and Alcremie's like a ice. Is it an ice? It's like a Sunday Pokemon or something. So they want Alcremie to make food. I don't know. Like maybe you feed Alcremie stuff and it produces like different donuts and stuff.
Maybe you'll give it like a bunch of ingredients and then it could just whip up something.
Maybe like yeah. Maybe makes okay. So it gives it ingredient. Yeah, that's exactly it. He puts moo moo milk and stuff in, and then Alcremie makes food with it. So he
Yeah.
closes it. Alcremie's cooking in there, and he opens and he's trying to do something. They see Roy at the door, and he's like, "Go to bed." And he goes.
And he's that's it.
But
Imagine children could just be like that. Hey, dad, go to bed. I'm done.
he acting tired, but he saw it all.
He's spying.
He's fine, man. So it looks like they're up to something crazy, but it isn't
Yeah,
anything. They're just
sorry,
being,
side note, but go back.
yeah,
Yeah, we finally get to see the back of Murdoch's head. That really is a very bendy spoon
a giant
and fork.
fork.
I don't know what he did.
I don't know, bro. What's his eyebrow?
It's like the rest of the fork.
All right, so the donuts apparently were a failure, so they're eating it.
Damn dog, Homer would love that.
This stuff all sounds weird to anyone who hasn't watched the episode. It sounds weird to me too. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to make donuts. Here's Quaxley overhearing that they're trying to do something. Like Murdoch is trying to accomplish something with the donuts. Okay, so the secret door is actually that the episode title is Dot's room, the girl on the ship.
Yeah, we were thinking that the secret door was for some super elaborate thing, but the secret door was just
Yeah, they're not in Paldia yet.
Dot.
So what? They're eating. Murdoch is apparently a crazy chef. You had a theory with Murdoch that he's actually like a sick trainer.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking that when watching this episode. I think it'd be cool. So the girl doesn't actually come out. She eats all these like vitamin gummies. These are the ingredients they put in the donuts. So what do they have? Sugar, moo milk, butter, and
Yeah, these are some of the ingredients that they ended up going like low on, and it made them kind of do like an audit and then go like, where's the ingredients going? But what's kind of cool is like I don't know what it is, but every time people say moo milk, it sounds good.
that sound good.
Like, that should be some big company brand. It's called
Moo
moo milk.
Yeah,
That sounds like good like
like
a
you're
good
healthy.
tasty protein shaky.
You're healthy. Oh, it should be moo milk. I don't know, bro.
Okay, we'll stop, but like it just sounds good.
So obviously the reason it's gone down is because these two are eating it, like making donuts and eating it. But they're trying to do something with the donuts. That's the whole point. Also, this artwork of the Magikarp here, isn't this like a famous artwork of like the sea or something?
Yeah, that does kind of look. That's so odd that that was there. Like why? Like, what did the old man put that picture up there? Wow, we're able to scan the background. I didn't even know this. Look, Captain Pikachu's just there. What's happening at the bottom?
I can't even tell what this is.
Yeah, that's so weird.
All right, so they're supposed to be going to Poly, but since they're low on the sweet supplies, these three are fine with them not having sweets going on, but these two want more sweets. So they're gonna stop by some like city that's or some island that's under them.
Yeah, they need the sweets, right?
They don't need them. They just have their own little mini side quest they're trying to do.
Yeah, but in order to continue the side quest,
Yeah.
right? Because if you notice, like throughout the episode, they're like, we don't want to stop doing it. We're gonna keep
Yeah.
trying. So the other side is angry because they're like, you keep taking where are the ingredients going, and they're like, yeah, we have to, right? So like, these guys want to go straight to Paldea, but Murdoch's like, can we stop?
You
And
gotta
then
broaden my niche
that's why
here.
earlier, if you go earlier,
Yeah.
that's what they're like. Yo, ask. They try to like route it to Pikachu. They're like, ask Captain Pikachu.
Yeah, they
Like,
said
look,
ask Pikachu, and all he
look.
says is Pika.
He says it's okay, and then
It's
another sketchy
sketchy
translation.
translation. I guess someone can understand Pikachu. Yo, so they're doing classes online. This is so weird.
Grooming's live stream.
They're doing like actually classes online. Could you imagine if you're in like high school, right?
I still don't. We still. Well, I'm not in school, but like it'd be nice to have some online. I wish school was like that. You could have online
Nah,
classes.
bro, you gotta go in person. You gotta socialize.
That's true.
But like, imagine like everyone like in high school, everyone's seated, and then they're like, "Oh, we have one online student today." Like that's so weird.
That is bizarre. I know exactly what you mean.
That's so
For context, like basically, teacher was giving a head count on everyone in the classroom. That guy, and then he basically goes, "Oh, I'll take attendance. Oh, we have one online today," and you're like,
everyone else is in person. It's online. How did online become so normal?
normalized, right? That's what it is.
And then this guy's also doing online
It's
classes.
so weird. He's just on a patchy, grassy. Like I'm almost jealous
I
of
want to
what.
go to these schools.
Yeah, I'm almost jealous. Like he's on top of an airship, just like beautiful breeze blowing. He's on this nice patchy grass, and then he's just chilling with his Foy Coco, just like
Yo, that view
watching a
is
video.
sick.
Yeah, he's chilling. Roy is chilling.
He also wanted the view because he's looking for Rayquaza. I don't even think he was paying attention in class. Oh, so this is cool, right? So he okay. So Roy is doing his online. This is so like, we're actually talking about Pokemon like this. Roy's doing his online classes on the airship and the outside because he's just looking for Rayquaza. So when Freed comes out, he's like, "Nah, bro, you're not gonna see him here. You have to look really high up," which is like even before he talked more, it instantly showed he knows about
Knowledge
Rayquaza.
about Rayquaza.
He knows Rayquaza lives at the very top of the atmosphere.
Do you think that's limited knowledge, as in he could just read Pokedex entries, or do you think he's actually taking a little time to like dig a bit in? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm trying to think if he has a little bit more knowledge because he's a professor than the average.
I
And
think
the,
it's he's a professor. So there's the raw Pokedex entry, and then as a professor, he knows a lot more about all the Pokemon.
that's what I would. That's what I would like to think. It'd be weird because he could just Pokedex it, right? Like I think
Yeah.
he knows more, right?
And I mean, I think they did scan it, right? They got the green Rayquaza when they
Oh
scanned
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. It's cool that he goes higher and then he goes higher and then higher. You have to look higher.
And he says he lives
Look,
in the
see?
stratosphere. This is so cool. Like, this is not what we thought. Well, this part we thought Rayquaza, but the whole meteor thing, we did not think that's what Rayquaza was about. Remember the meteor thing we were talking about last time? It eats meteorites.
And then he became mega.
So much different than what I thought. But he says Rayquaza is above all the clouds. So this is like actually Rayquaza. When they're trying to hunt Rayquaza, they actually have to think about where Rayquaza might be. And then, okay, this is another thing they said, right? And it gave me a cool idea. So he says Pokemon even live in places beyond the reach of humans. They have for eons, which means places unknown to us are bound to be filled with Pokemon you've never seen before. So it reminds me, obviously, of like the deep sea, where there's obviously things we don't know. But imagine Pokemon is a fantasy, right? Imagine if like Gen 11, the region is a region in the clouds. It has nothing to do with anything below, but there's unique Pokemon there. It's a fantasy. You don't have to base everything off like
No,
Australian stuff.
I'm totally full. I'm trying to imagine like
Yeah.
them being able to do something like that.
Doesn't that sound
It's like
possible?
it's kind of like it's kind of like a Skypea thingy, right?
Yeah, it's like a
not
skyline.
not that you know what I was gonna say, like it might be right now with the episodes we have, it might be more appropriate if these guys kind of went up in the air and then they found a sky civilization.
Yeah, okay, a sky civilization would be cool.
But also if the next game was
Yeah,
just
so like it would kind of be like a Lola where it's just its own thing, but maybe it has, but maybe it's connected, or maybe it's a region no one even knows about. And they just actually are doing their own thing.
that'd be so cool because like if you try to imagine a world like that, it would be much more dominated by flying types.
Yeah, and maybe, but the fun we're throwing at, maybe there's like normal versions of Rayquaza that are ass. Maybe they like know so much more about the species that are up there. And so when they say Rayquaza lives in the stratosphere, maybe there's a whole group of Pokemon that are actually up there. You know,
It's actually possible because like just exactly what you said earlier. Remember you mentioned Lugia, right? Like Lugia you would assume that if you somehow went to the deepest parts of like the ocean, there may be it's already been shown in the episodes. Like Ash encountered like a baby Lugia, but he had to go to a specific region. So like, you would think in the deepest parts of it, there's multiple Lugia, like
just
little
imagine. And then let's say Gen 14,
and
you
then
go
up in the
deep-
sky,
you go deep underground. There's like an underwater civilization.
in the water civilization.
And these could be regions that aren't connected to the normal regions we know.
And it plays on normal life itself because they say like 90% of the ocean hasn't been explored.
Hmm.
So it's just like saying like 90% of the cosmos and all that stuff hasn't been
Yeah, I'm,
explored.
I'm just saying because Pokemon at the end of the day, like while they base stuff off real regions, it's still a fantasy
Yeah, that's
world.
true.
So I really think they could do that.
Yeah, they could.
But so that'd be cool. So
Like just adding one more thing. So if you think of the evolution of what kind of stuff, like an example would be like a Koraidon Miraidon equivalent, but you're able to just fly through from one place to another.
yeah. And so you didn't play Tears of the Kingdom, but in Tears of the Kingdom, there's a bunch of sky islands. So imagine like it's like it's like a platformer. You're like making it to the next city. Maybe the region is like all scattered. Now, obviously, that's dangerous. So I don't know how you would word that. Maybe in some way it's safe.
Now you could just have it so if the character somehow falls off, it just the screen goes blank
Well,
and it
I
just
mean, I
loads them
mean,
back.
lore wise, if you're like a
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
15-year-old
okay.
kid, so maybe you're not supposed to go to those places, and the story's a bit different. I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for if the story's not just like a already explored world with gym leaders that you just have to go fight, and is more of like a dangerous, a more darker story or something, kind of like Legends. Okay, so that was something cool. So anyhow, they duck at this random like city here. They're playing rock paper scissors so that one person has to watch the ship with the fisherman guy. Look at this, right? When they play rock paper scissors, everyone beats Roy in one go. Everyone does paper, he picks rock. And then Roy pretty much puts it on Liko. Says, "Liko, you watch the ship because he wants to ask people about the Rayquaza." So Liko's okay doing it secretly because she wants to catch this special event, which is Gurumin, the needle thing. Her first live stream ever. Usually she does shows. She's like us now. She's doing a live stream where she's gonna answer questions.
It's such a modern thing. Like we're waiting to watch Gurumi's live stream.
When they show her later at the kitchen table just watching, I'm like, this is so boring, but this is actually what it looks like to watch a live
This is
stream.
how we this is how we do
This is
stuff.
that's what y'all look like, bro.
Like right
Y'all
now
at the
that
kitchen table
that's
right now.
everyone back at the.
It's so weird, bro.
But at the same time, that's the world we live in now, where people are just like, I can't wait to look forward to this. I mean, hopefully some of you were looking forward to this live stream. I'll be Gurumeen. Yeah, stop.
Shouldn't have done that, bro. Okay, so he says he's gonna tell Liko's secret, and then she said she'll do it. So they're in town. Yo, this town has freaking Darumaka in it.
God, it's so cool. The Sableye looks menacing.
See about with the bento timbits, Glamiao.
It's a squad.
Okay, so what are they trying to do? They're trying to grab the ingredients, and meanwhile, Liko's like doing all the chores on the ship.
She's trying to get all the work done so she can go sit down and have that live stream.
Yeah, that's funny. Did they say do all the work? Or did they not just say watch the Pokemon? Pretty sure they just said watch the Pokemon. But yeah, she's doing laundry. She's throwing out trash.
So he is a trash dispenser.
The trash bin.
That is disgusting. I'm just joking.
That's
Not
a
really.
weird Pokemon, but he's like a raccoon. She's
Fair enough.
washing the floors, and then okay, then she makes it to the kitchen, and she remembers. They reveal the secret is that he was watching when they're looking at the Okremi. He says that they're doing something in the cupboard, like they have sweets in the cupboard. So after doing all that, she's like, okay, I'm gonna open the cupboard, and when she does, this angry Okremi is there. It just sprays them, and then the door closes. So, I mean, maybe we caught it in the middle of making donuts or something. I don't know. Like, what's the point of the scene? What happened here?
So from what I think, like I think it just always just resides there, it just hangs there for some
So
reason,
he just
right?
got mad.
So I think normally, I don't think it was even their bodyguarding. I think they have to wait for Murdoch to get back and give it ingredients, and then it'll do something with it. Otherwise, it just like hangs out there, and they open, and it was just like, what you yo, what? It's kind of like if you're just in the bathroom and someone just opens the door, you're like,
Okay, it's like,
yo, dog, I'm gonna throw something at you.
okay, yeah. So right after that, Murdoch calls, says, "Yo, I love some bentos. Eat them." And then right away, she looks to her right, and the freaking fisherman is there, and there's the three bentos, right? This fisherman is so stupid.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know what's going on with him, but he picks up his bento. He's like, I think you should deliver the other one to Dot. And then he turns around, she's already left, and he's talking all slow. I don't get what's up
Look
with
what he
this
says.
fisherman.
Look what he says here. He goes, "A good lunch is a good hunch. A good hunch is a good punch. Just a little pun." And then look what Snoran does. He said, "You cold out here.
Yeah, what did the Snoring do that for?
Just show him that you suck." Like there's no one here.
Oh,
It's cold. You stink.
yeah, bro, it got
Yeah,
weird.
dog. That old man looks like you made a remark a few weeks ago. I'm like, yo, what's that dragon Pokemon?
Jumper.
Yo, that Drampa is this Pokemon. I'm guaranteeing you that. The way he looks like Drampa. He looks like Grandpa Drampa. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Jumper's a thousand dragon. That's the vibes I always get
Yeah,
from him.
that's what he is. He's a thousand man.
He's a 1,000-year-old man. All right, so she takes the food to Dot's room. So this is interesting. We don't know anything about Dot. So she's like, I brought the lunch, and what happens is, like when speaker teacher's like pushing the doggy door, you can hear the music from inside. I guess it's like super soundproof, and they can hear the show playing, the show's theme playing for
Yeah, yeah.
Gurumi.
So like the door would be closed like this, and then all of a sudden they open. It'd be like dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
yeah,
dun, dun,
exactly.
and then they're like it muffles
Oh,
out.
so she's like, oh man, Dot is a real Gurumin fan. So she's trying her best to connect. So she's asking if she likes Gurumin. Dot is like, uh, did you know? She's like, oh, did you know Gurumin's about to hold a live stream? She doesn't know Dot is Gurumin. And then Dot is like, bro, leave me alone. Shut up.
Yeah, and she kind of has this kind of like scruffy kind of her voice, like the way she's talking.
More
She has this
scruffy.
kind of scruffy, kind of aggressive thing. Like just get, it's almost like a, it sounds like almost like Ash in the beginning of the episodes.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I'm just saying in a sense that she has this like kind of like this like reflex of like get away, you're a pain in my
Mm,
butt, get out, yo, and
mm.
stuff like that.
So she immediately like kicks her out, says to get out of the way, like leave me alone. And then she's like, I'm gonna try harder. So she starts like she thinks the best way to do this is prove how big a fan of Gurmin she is to connect. So she starts saying, oh, I'm a huge fan of Gurmin. A lot of things I like about her, like how cute she is. And then she taught me a lot about Pokemon. Looks like she's always having fun. And she was being like cold, but she obviously,
She was able to kind of like receive the compliment.
yeah, because she doesn't, Liko doesn't know, but she's talking about her the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah.
right? Me? Every day's been more fun since I found Gurumin. I've grown to like Pokemon a lot more thanks to her. Right, Sprigatito? Now it's your turn. Okay. Why should I? Also, what is she dressed up as? It reminds me of some Pokemon. It's like a Glameow or Cherim or
Yeah,
something.
there is a bit of that. She got Snorlax sandals and all
Yo,
that.
that's sick.
We need sandals like that ASAP.
But yeah, she's cold, so she doesn't want to like connect back. And then okay, so
Quacks is over there like, I called to your beckon. I will go out and deal with this opposer.
what I like about this is the fact that they're gonna keep this secret ongoing and just play around with it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So she's like, "Oh shoot, I'm late for my live stream. I gotta go put my outfit on." And then on the other side of the door, Liko's like, "Huh, Gurmin's late for her live stream." And then she's on the other side of the door, like, "Bruh, it's your fault." Then she's freaking putting her clothes on. Uh, she's like, "Okay, go away." And then Liko goes. Oh yeah, Dot also says, "IRL relationships are inefficient and a waste of time. I'm busy. I don't have time." And so Liko goes. But even though she's cold, I think she did like the company, right?
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Okay. Uh, right, and they
And
show
this is
her
the weird.
eyes.
This is weird. They just go. She goes mental switch on. So there's a little bit of a wondering I was having here and stuff, but it seems like you'll see it play a bit more out as the episode kind of progresses. But it seems as though she's like weak.
Mm.
You think? Like she's weakened in
Weak,
some.
like physically?
The second I was earlier in the episode, they're explaining how she barely eats, and that's why kind of Murdoch is trying to make her sweets because she wants to get her to eat. And then
Mm-hmm.
Molly kind of goes, Molly, is her name?
I think so.
Yeah, Molly goes, oh, don't worry, she eats like a gummy with all the vitamins. And I'm sitting there like I'm wearing my like dad hat and all that. I'm like, yo, a gummy isn't enough to get you healthy, bro. And I'm like, you can't be eating a gummy every day. So like, so right even right now, she's kind of like in this like, is there we split screen?
Oh yeah, it's strong both. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she's kind of in this mode where she's kind of just like, yeah, get away from your pain. Then she kind of goes, all right, ready? Mental switch. It's like she has to like kind of go like, all right, wake up, let's go,
To
like
do the show.
to do the show. And then when she's done, she's just like,
So it's a full different persona. Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's almost like a persona that she has to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just a little acknowledgement with that. Yeah, she's got 4 eyebrows.
Wait, where's the other two?
They're underneath.
These?
Yeah, I'm not, like you see how there's lines and then there's like,
Oh, these.
yeah, I was just joking.
Okay, so she's putting her outfit on, and then she completely changes personality, right?
Ready to go.
But yeah, she's the third rival for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then it cuts back to them on the town. There's like
This is
there's a
hilarious.
snake oil salesman guy. He's like cleaning pearls on these Pokemon. And Roy sees it, and he's always lived on an island, so he's like, "Bro, this is legit. I'm gonna go buy it." And so he's asking everyone about the Black Rayquaza. This salesman's like, "Yeah, tell me, buy it, and I'll tell you about the Black Rayquaza, right?" Well, he actually reveals. He's like, "Do you mean a Black Rayquaza?" And so that gets their attention, and then he reveals that a dude and two of his sidekicks also came and asked. So the Black
Mm.
Rayquaza, right? So that means that Amateo is around here too, and he's trying to do something. He's trying to find it himself,
He's already. That's actually a good point because Amateo got relieved of his duties,
but he's still trying to do
but
it
he's still trying to
himself.
pursue it, which means he's already gotten here before they did. So he's already like moving fast.
But he doesn't even know it's in Polyasaw. I mean,
That's what's interesting.
mhm.
Maybe at some point he just decides to tail them.
So yeah, they buy the freaking cloth. Meanwhile, cuts back to Liko. She's 6 minutes late for the live stream. Look at this loading animation. So it just shows this and the timer's going up because she's supposed to be live 6 minutes ago. Okay, the live stream starts, and listen, y'all are gonna be able to relate to this, but pretty much she's like, "This is my first live stream in forever." I'm gonna be answering your questions. So people are leaving questions. Oh yeah, the snakes oil guy lied, but they want to look for Amateo. So here we got Dot in the costume, and she's reading the comments, right? She's like, here's the comments here. So the first comment is from Muscles of a Satan. I learned Rock Blast, and I thought I was unbeatable, but I can't seem to win battles. In my last battle, I got burnt to crisp by an ember. And these are more comments flowing. So she's
Mm.
giving like battle tips, saying you gotta change the environment with like Sandstorm, use different moves. And Liko has also left a comment, right? So then she keeps reading. She's like, okay, the next comment is from Niaoha Superfan, which of course this is Niaoha here. It's obviously Liko's account.
That's awesome.
And so this is Liko's comment. The moment it starts getting read, she starts blushing. She's like, oh shoot, she's reading my comment. So she says, there's this girl I'd like to befriend. You can see her face.
Yeah.
This isn't even a, and this is Dot saying, this isn't even a Pokemon question. So she continues reading.
This is
If
when it's hilarious.
if I try talking to her or inviting her to something, she just says it's a pain or a waste. So Gurimin's reading this. What is this site? This is a fake YouTube. Gurimin's reading this with full of energy, like to actually help. But as she's reading it, slowly her energy goes down because she realizes this is describing her. But I don't think she knows that it's Liko's comment. I bet we have similar interests, so I'd like to be a friend. Gurimin, what would you do? And then she's like, frick. And she, what the hell's happening here?
Because she's embarrassed that her
She's
comment got read.
okay. So
She's like, oh, damn it, man. She's reading my comment. Oh, my God. This is so embarrassing.
she's so embarrassed, she screams, right?
Oh, yeah.
And when she screams, the needle thing falls back. So technically, does this make sense to you guys? So because needle thing can hear Liko streaming on the ship, so it affects the actual live stream, and then Gurmin falls back.
Yeah.
If Liko were to rewatch the stream, she would hear her own voice.
That's true.
She'd be able to put it together.
That's actually true. Now, I don't know if obviously they're going to create that
I think they're gonna
environment,
stall it more.
but that is interesting that if Liko decided to say, I'm going to watch the stream again, and then all of a sudden she hears like Gurmeen fall back, hearing a scream, she's going to be like, wait, that's when I. Are you. Hey, you are Gurmeen, aren't you? My crewmate is Gurmeen. This is awesome.
So she has 200 live viewers, and she's been live for 25 minutes.
Hey, keep going. That's dope.
Okay, of course. And then I don't know if she meant this advice, but she tries to keep her composure, so she gives some advice. She's like, it's just like Pokemon battles. Change the environment, try all sorts of stuff. And then she's
No,
like,
she was definitely like just saying something. Look at Quaxley. He's like, oh, shut it.
and she's like, it's just like if that Gurman really knows your stuff. You see the comparison here? So Quack's looking at her.
You're like, you dumb. Look at
and
her.
then
She's
Spriggan
like, what's
sees it.
wrong with
It's
you?
definitely some rival thing. And then this man and his freaking Foy Coco.
This man's just trying to rob stuff in the bushes.
Yeah, he's trying to sneak out. He freaking finds a Spearow.
I'm not gonna lie. Like nowadays, I like Roy's chaotic like dumbness. You know, it's funny. Like even going back to earlier, where like the snake oil salesman is trying to sell stuff, and then Freed's like, no, we cannot spend. And then Roy's like, oh, come on, but we. Then 5 minutes later, Freed's like, well, take it.
Yeah.
And then they're both like idiots. Like when they get
Idiots.
back to the ship, they're gonna get scolded.
The chaos is much more fun.
They're like the perfect. They're great.
So he gets a little training session. He beats up the Spearow. Spearow faints and then flies away like 10 seconds later. Look at that. Okay, and then everyone meets up again. So they go to Dot because he hears from Liko that Dot spoke when she was saying, "Oh, get away from me." So he's like, Dot, thanks for the info on the Black Rayquaza. And then he's listening to see if she says anything. He's like, are you really sure she spoke? Who says this? You're fine, I think. I think Roy's saying that. I don't really know. But because he trained with the Spear, he's like, all right, let's have a rematch. And then Liko thinks back to how she said to change the environment and just try different stuff. She's like, okay, let's just battle right outside Dot's room. Maybe get her like excited and want to come out.
Mm.
And Dot is like, bro, could you not battle around my room? And then they try to connect with her. So Roy and Liko, they kind of ask her like, what are you interested in? What, like, when you're cooped up in your
Oh,
room?
this is an important part because like at this point she's already done her stream, I assume.
She's done, yeah.
And then Roy's got her back on the ship. He's like, obviously, he's trying to snoop around and be like, "Yo, does she respond?" And then she's not being so responsive. And then Liko is kind of, she's kind of just inquiring to say, "What is it that gets you excited? Is there anything that we could connect with?" And then that's when Dot on the other side starts to actually reveal like tidbits of what intrigues her,
What
and
intrigues her?
and there's just a whole bunch of irony.
So she's gonna so Liko asks, "What are you interested in?" And she says, while Roy is cleaning his master monster ball with the the fake cloth, this is what Dot says from behind the door. What she's interested in is, let's see, an ancient treasure with the legendary Pokemon sealed inside, for example. Things nobody's seen before. Roy hands her the cloth. I'm always excited. I'm always looking for exciting things like that. And now she's cleaning the pendant, though I know they're not going to be easy to find. That enough? Leave my room. So, what she's looking for is right on the other side of the
On the
door.
door.
She doesn't know that he has that exact. I don't know if she's describing a specific artifact, but these two have the kind of thing she's looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Roy's like, they might be closer than you think.
It's kind of interesting that he says that because while she's saying out loud, "I'm looking for a ball with it." Why does he just go like, "I have a ball"? He doesn't even say that. Like she says, it's as if when they're shining their thing, they're not paying attention to what she's saying properly.
You're
Because
right.
she literally just says, "I'm looking for a ball with the Pokemon seal inside." He could be like, "Well, I got a ball with the Pokemon seal inside." She just came running out.
You might be right.
So he wasn't paying attention as
I didn't.
much.
Maybe they weren't paying attention. Okay, yeah. So they leave the door after, and then she obviously wanted them to leave, but and she says they finally left, but it would seem like she did enjoy the company.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everyone on the ship a weirdo?
And so
Oh, she smiled. I didn't even catch that. So then she gets a text from her uncle. He's like, I found a
That's Uncle.
I found a hard to find recipe book. Good things are in store. And so she's like, good things are in store. So she sneaks out and she goes to the cupboard.
Which is a big thing because up until this point, she don't even leave her
She
room.
doesn't leave her room.
And the whole thing that like Murdoch's almost in this like this depressive like cycle of like I want her to eat
And
something
he thinks
else.
he has to perfect the donuts.
Yeah, and he's just putting all the like accountability on him. Like I need to figure out better ingredients and stuff. Like that's why I said he was like even when his crew's saying you're like the ingredients are being like depleted, he's like I still got to go back and get more. So the second you see her go in here, you're like, oh, she's warming up a bit. This is nice.
You remember, that's the thing. So what's gonna happen is it shows her approaching the bin, I mean the cupboard, and then they look at like 6 a.m. when they're gonna sneak out to check on the donuts, and Murdoch opens it and he sees that it's gone.
Look what he says.
Sorry. Okay. He goes like, sorry, Freed, but there's no treats tonight. Dot ate them. So he
He's
knows
so
Dot
happy.
visited. He's very happy. But all this time he thinks he has to perfect the donuts for her to eat. But what it really seems like is she needed to like be lifted up a bit and have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And so with the introduction of those two messing around outside her room, she got a bit more pushed up and wanted to go eat the donuts.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what led her to do this, but I don't want to. It seems like she's just been like in some weird way she's isolated herself, and then her lack of being able to like make friends.
Yeah, she isolated herself and then she went in a slump and it feedbacked and now she's like really sad.
Exactly. So it's like a feedback loop. It's kind of like I don't want to see depressive because she gets up, she tries to live stream, but then that's why she live streams because
It's an
it's
outlet.
so kind of like quiet and isolated for her. I then I question why doesn't she just go to Paldea? But I don't. You know what I think? I think the for her age, she's kind of hyper intelligent and very niche, interested in specific topics. That if she went to the school, no one wants to talk about that. So she's just like, and so
Mm-hmm.
she just feels kind of like socially awkward. And then she kind of does her own thing. This kind of feels like a lot of us, a lot of people on like us, not like not me, but a lot of people are like this, where they're just like socially awkward. They go to their own thing. They're kind of quiet. Then they kind of just start like a thing. It's almost like a second persona. She starts this life as like needle thing, and then and then with that she's able to provide value and do this. But it's also like an alter ego for her.
I think it's an escape for her because it seems like she wants to do it, right?
Yeah, because the way she calls everyone a pain in the bum, but then when she's the needle thing, she's just like
Very kind.
she's kind. So it shows that she has that mechanism in her, but she doesn't like to be like that around every single human being, right? So it does come full circle when those two are just goofing around outside her door, and then they leave, and it's just like you're just like, those guys are goofy, and then you're like, you know what? Murdoch just sent me a text, but I think I'm just going. Let me go check it out, and then next thing you know, like Murdoch, you just made him happy, bro. I'm like Murdoch. I'm like, she ate, man. I'm good.
But it has nothing to do with the ingredients. I'm pretty sure it was she. I'm pretty sure it was being lifted up by them that made her want to eat.
Yeah.
We did it. Okay, and look, she's eating the donuts. Now Murdoch did make them extra nice.
That's some good donut.
Right, Quaxley's eating them. Said sure is an interesting taste, not bad at all. So cool that we're actually focusing on the needle thing. It's not just an information part of the show. Okay, that's the end of the episode. Now they're sleeping and it's sunrise, so Pikachu's eyes are like shot with.
Cap.
Yeah, he asks. Pikachu wakes up. He's like, "Morning, Cap." He looks, and Polly's in the distance. You can see the
Wow.
crater walls. That's
That
Area
is
Zero.
so cool. Just to see an animation depiction of it.
From the
now,
side.
guys, I'll zoom in a bit more. Can you see that thing on the right that looks like a stick?
Yeah.
That's probably a light tower.
Oh, damn! They're that small.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just think of the perspective. You know why? Because the way I'm looking at it is, remember what I said? There's like a crater like this in Africa,
Yeah.
right? The idea is these walls should be so high you shouldn't be able to climb it or scale it. So I'm
Okay,
trying to
so
put that in
that light
perspective.
tower.
If that's a light tower, then look how high up
So that's why no one goes in.
nobody can get into that.
Okay,
It's
interesting.
impossible. That's the way we're trying to like. And they're on the way. I mean, Free can just go through aerial assault and just jump down, but what a cheater.
Area assault, like with Charizard.
No, I'm just saying he probably is already above the crater.
Oh, but I wonder if there's something like there's like a storm really,
If
like
you
at
get
the top
near?
of the crater. I know we can jump in the games, but I think it should be more. It's probably more serious.
Some Bermuda Triangle thingy. You go in there and just like never see it again.
Okay, so I was gonna say since this episode, I think what's gonna happen is Roy also knows Gurumin. He watches it sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but he's not as big a fan as Liko is. So what I think should happen is Roy finds out who she is earlier, but Liko doesn't for a long time. But Roy just keeps the secret.
That'd be cool.
And at some point, Liko's gonna find it near the end of the show.
I was gonna think. I thought that we were gonna go a different direction. I was gonna be like, I think that what's gonna happen is, they're all gonna be like, it's gonna be a trio companion, right? Like it's similar to kind of like Naruto. There's like a Naruto Sasuke. There's like a trio, right?
Yeah.
But what was I trying to say again? I hate when I say
I
that.
forgot too, man. Okay, Roy's gonna find out.
I was gonna say it kind of looks like maybe the three of them, once they get acquainted with each other, Liko might be a bit more hanging around Dot. Because what's Dot might be like acting in and out of a persona where she's kind of like, Liko, you're an idiot, and then she'd be like, and then like when she needs to uplift her, she'd be like, you could do it. She like glitch in and out of her persona, but she might hang around Liko a bit more because Liko's the one that's just like, Gurumi's my friend. Like they seem, they just hold hands and it's like a beautiful, just you know what I'm talking about, how these
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
I'm saying all to say, I think Roy's just gonna be like, yo, I'm not gonna hang around Freed, bro. We're gonna.
Yeah, that sounds better.
So this is gonna be like a split.
But I think she's gonna be friends with Dot, but Dot's gonna like accidentally tease bits of Gurumin, but Liko's just never gonna pick up on it.
That makes sense. If she always glitched, and then near the end, it'd be a funny thing of like later down the road, she's like, wait, she's Gurumin, and then everyone else puts a blob down their head and just like we all knew. this
Even
goes
Roy
late.
knew, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so episode preview. I don't even know what happens in the preview.
Just a little bit.
Oh, the poker up. Yo, okay. So the poker up, I was thinking, who could it be? I'm like, can it be Amateo? Can he just be like, why am I here?
Look at this.
It's freaking Dot.
Dot. And the funniest thing is, if you watch in Japanese, she's not even saying the Pokemon.
She's
just
not doing it.
She's just saying, she's just talking like pure like language and just saying like, "This, why do we do this?"
The beat's going. She's like, what a pain.
Oh,
Yes.
yo, do you notice? There's a picture of her there. Is she holding a mic or is that like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
walk,
She's at the mic.
like that walking stick? Damn, man.
No.
You on you on a couple legs.
It's a mic. It's a mic. So we've actually went through all the characters, I think, right? Next up, it might be Amateo.
For what?
The poker up. What are they gonna do? Murdoch?
Oh yeah, it might be that. I think it's for next crew. Look at this. This is kind of like a hilarious.
Oh, what is this?
It's hyping up the next episode, but it's kind of funny because I'm like, I almost looked at it like, is that like a tribute to like Ash's first episode? Because Pikachu
Kind
and
of.
Sparrow hate like that's like a beef. I gotta destroy you guys.
What's funny, it's just an Easter egg, but Guru means the one who's always narrating the outros.
Yeah,
So at the end of this episode preview, well, we'll go through it. She's like, okay, so they land in Paldea, and Dot is also outside of the ship, like she's on the front. So she's getting a bit more comfortable with something. And they're like, look, they're actually going to Liko house. And then this sucker opens the door. This can't be your dad.
no,
I'll be
that's
so mad.
like worker. I'm thinking Liko's
Oh,
family's very
rich.
wealthy. So
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. He's like,
You know, it's crazy. Go back a couple. Oh no, just continue. I'll mention it after. We're just almost done.
and then we have, some first new Paldea Pokemon being met. She sees what is that thing called?
So in this right now, okay, so they're in Paldea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go back to the thing. It's pretty cool because so the way they're setting this up is they've kind of they're going to Liko's home, and which means they're going to meet the mother and stuff. So when I saw this picture, the first thing it took me back to was when is in the first generation of Pokemon where everyone goes to James's house. So the way you
Oh.
see this picture,
Mm-hmm.
James, for context, guys, James, the guy from Team Rocket, he's not exactly just like a rogue guy who just wants to be evil. He's actually from a very wealthy family that like wants him to be home and like practice in his studies and follow in the footsteps. But he wants to be so rebellious and stuff. He just leaves and he just joins Team Rocket. He's actually from a wealthy family. He has like, and it's weird because one of his most coveted Pokemon is actually a Growlithe back home.
Growly, the Growlithe.
He calls him Growly, and then he's got like a someone who's supposed to be his bride, and it's a doppelganger of Jesse. Point being is it's like a big wealthy house, and since then there's never been like a moment where a character or a companion that you're with is like tied to like almost like royalty, not royalty, but like wealth. It's not like that, right? It's usually just common. So going here is it's just weird, right? It's almost like there's like a world that Liko's already been part of before she even set out. Like I'm trying to say, like there's probably Pokemon and she probably has like servants.
It's
And
like the James thing being more relevant because it only lasts the whole one episode and they never talk about it again, right?
yeah, that is true.
So it's like that, but except it's gonna be relevant to the story.
Yeah, so that gives you a little excitement of what's gonna like happen.
It also looks like isn't Nimona also rich? Was that the airship? No, Nimona's also rich like this, right? And she has like servants.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
She just like solo. Does she have parents? Does she have solo the
She
whole
has
champion?
two parents who have a business, I think, and she has an older sister.
Mona has a sister. That's kind of crazy. Not for me. I don't.
But it's like this business family. I mean, yeah.
I'm a bro. I'm not.
Well, she's not real, so I don't know. I don't know how this. Could
I
be
know. I'm just
misinterpreted.
the way I made that joke. I'm like I cracked myself up.
Well, I made the same joke. What? She has a sister? Let me see her. This is my type.
Not everybody in the chat, including us, we're all curious. Who's the sister?
Look, they have oranges here.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you go and it's like there's probably like Pokemon that like hang around like I'm not gonna call them the royal family, but they hang around like Liko's mother's. You know, like you probably get there and like I wouldn't be surprised if she gets there and there's certain Pokemon that that hang around. It's kind of like when Ash has a homecoming and he's like Snorlax, how you doing? Good. Hey, you doing good?
Ooh, especially like her mom's Pokemon.
Her mom's Pokemon is what I'm talking about, right? So and yeah,
Bro, I imagine her dad to be like this ugly and useless.
maybe man, they're making the dads look kind of poopy.
Yo, so when the episode preview ends, because it's Gourmet, she's like arriving in Paldea, enjoying that donut, Quaxley. So it's an Easter egg because they're eating the donuts in the room.
Well, they're doing
It's
it.
not what actually happens, but they're just playing around.
But it's cool because like the narration, the Gurumi, the needle thing, it's all intertwined with one another. Like even right now, as she's narrating something, which technically she wouldn't be narrating what's happening next,
Because she's
but she is,
So they have her still eating the donut.
and they still have her eating donuts. So it's almost like it's still her eating the donut, but she's thing. But then all of this to say, going back to earlier, it doesn't seem like she was able to predict. We thought that she had some like telekinetic
We
capability.
thought either she had like these like Penny, she just hacked and has like eyes everywhere,
that
or that she has like a psychic type and that's how she's keeping up with the world. But she's clueless.
yeah, because what was the factor that
So the smoking gun was the fact that they're outside her door with the two artifacts, and she's like the only thing that it really interests me out there is this this legendary artifact with the Pokemon sealed a legendary Pokemon sealed inside, and other artifacts like that.
Right. So where I drew continuity was if you did have like future sight or at least eyes all over the ship
Mm-hmm.
in a way, you know what I mean? Like having eyes on the ship, you would have saw Rayquaza come out of the ball.
Yeah, or at least know that Roy has the monster ball and that Liko has the pendant. She doesn't even know that.
And she doesn't inquire anything about that. So it's like it's weird. Like, how much does she know? How much does she not know? At least if you're aware that the Black Rayquaza is there, shouldn't you that be enough to be like, wait, is the ball nearby?
Yeah,
Like,
shouldn't she know where the black Rayquaza, that exact black Rayquaza that she drew
so the
was
question,
in the ball?
yeah, like I don't, who knows? Did she do that accident? I don't even know. It's confusing because it's like she has a little bit of awareness, but then my question is, if you knew the Rayquaza was out there, wouldn't you have been able to been like, yo, like maybe it came from the ball? Wait, what? Look, let me ask Murdoch what happened, and he'd be like, yo, it came out of this ball that Roy had, and then
But like, if she's not even watching the ship to the point where she doesn't know Roy has that Pokeball, how would she know enough to predict him losing to Liko in a match?
that part I don't know, but I am thinking that maybe what she has is like this very niche fascination with studying like kind of like the ancient past and like more like things that no people want interest in, and that's why she might know more about the ancient ball than Roy and Liko and maybe like the typical person because she's like heavy duty researched in
They're
it. So
so close to each other, and it's gonna take a bit from the crossover.
crossover, so she may know a lot about it. So that once she saw the Rayquaza, I don't know, I don't know, it's weird.
She's gonna be probably interested in Area Zero too, so I think all this could intertwine together.
But one thing's for sure is based off the way she is right now, it doesn't look like she has like the strength to go out there and I think she needs to eat boost herself up. I was gonna make a little joke where like let's pretend that she is like weak,
Mm-hmm.
which what it looks like she's not eating, she's eating like vitamins and now she's eating right like a donut or something. What if she's actually like sick and something's wrong with her and like Murdoch's like I'm gonna take on a ship with like a plan to cure her
Could be. That
and
sounds
then
right.
and to give that's why he gives her like the benefit of like letting her be kind of isolated into herself. He doesn't seem to be like don't you think Murdoch would be like you must come out and socialize stop it, but he doesn't right like he just lets her. So maybe she's sick and he's trying to find a cure. Where have you seen this in Scarlet?
Oh, what the Mabostif?
So what if she's what if some
Oh, the Herba Mystica will heal her.
can like help restore her in some way and she gets
Oh.
like her full stamina back and then Murdoch's like yes I saved my niece, she was like on the verge of death.
Mm.
That'd be a good thing, and that's cool because it combines factors like when Murdoch. Because think about what the connections are making. It's food, and Murdoch's a cook. So then, if he bumps into Arvin, and then Arvin's like, "I'm looking for that," he goes, "Wait," and it just expands the story further because he's like, "I want those herbs too. No, I want those herbs for my dog. I want those herbs for my niece." And it's just like, what if? And then they get those herbs. He fuses into like a beautiful donut, and she eats it. And she's like, "I'm getting my strength back." And he's like, "Yes," because the idea is she's a niece. So he has a sister or a brother who's its child. So at some point he took on the responsibility of this person, right?
For some
Why?
reason.
So the why I have is maybe she's sick and he's like, I'm going to find a cure for her by traveling the world with, and I'm gonna keep her by my side. And since I'm a cook,
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure she's healthy. So that's what I think. I think she's like sick and he may want to like heal her and maybe some herba mystica may be involved.
That's a good idea. If can we pair up the? It's so cool because in this anime we have our own crew and we're gonna interact with Paldia.
Yeah.
It's not like Paldia is the main characters. So let's see who.
Exactly. So it's just like in One Piece when Luffy kind of crashes on the thing, and it's that crew going into that world.
Exactly.
But it's a crew. Like I even love in this episode how everyone kind of splits up, and you're like, this is a group. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, our budget's tight. Don't spend it. Like Murdoch, Freed, and they're like, yo, don't look at us, bro. And they're like, it's a very cool like level of chaos and stuff. So
So if we were to because okay, if we were to pair up our three rivals with the Scarlet and Violet rivals, what would we get? We would get Roy and Nimona. We would get Penny and Dot, but we can't get Arvin and Liko. I don't think that works.
it might be more like Penny and Dot, Liko and Thingy and Roy and Freed.
What? Roy free?
I'm not saying it from a place of like, oh, we need a perfect
Oh, I'm trying to
pairing.
perfect it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the perfect pairing is Freed and Roy. Those two are the idiots that just run around. They're like,
Oh no no! I mean our crew interacting with Paldi and people.
Yeah,
So
don't you feel like Roy and Free would just go on their own and just be like, "Yo, we're
okay,
gonna,"
if you want, sure.
because the whole thing is like not only does
I see
like
what you mean.
they're similar, they're like two peas in a
They're just
pod, but
chaos,
they're
chaotic.
two peas in a pod. They're both curious. They both want to crack mysteries. Oh, and Fred Coco looks up to Charizard,
Charizard.
so it's almost like I feel
Ooh.
like those two do missions, and Aliko and Dot will go one way.
Yeah.
It's like what I was saying earlier.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What people were saying? She definitely uses the internet. Okay, it's possible. Maybe it's super simple. So Rayquaza has just been sighted in Poly. Like maybe if you go to Poly and you talk to her and they're like, yeah, the scary Rayquaza stay indoors, and so that's how Dot knows and drew the picture. She's like, bruh, like you hear it in the news. But I don't know how to describe the Roy photo. Someone said an ultra space region would be cool. Ooh, if they did like a Legends Necrozma or something, they could
We
do that.
we did talk about this a couple episodes ago about how if the recon squad were involved and then somehow there was like some civilization that you can get in the ultra worlds, and remember we did mention how it looked like the chicken egg thing, like the recon squad actually screwed Necrozma up,
Yeah.
and then now and then so there could be something like that, but again, that I feel like they'd go to the skies before they go to all. I don't know
Oh no,
before
this
they go
this is
ultra space.
obviously wishful thinking. But if this ever were to happen, an opportunity would be Legends like Necrozma, and they could just show. This is the thing. There's so many like walls that once they break, it opens up opportunities. Right. So one of the first walls was the Alolan forms. Now we just casually we have similar looking Pokemon everywhere. Another wall would be to let go of basing it off real world stuff, and then we get a region in the sky, we get a region deep underwater, mixed in between actual regions too, but just every now and then, right? And then maybe they could, if they wanted to work really hard, they can make a Legends game where it's in an ultra, one of the ultra worlds. But it's you got to think about Game Freak not wanting too much on their plate
Yeah, that and whatever they can do to really stretch the Pokemon world out a bit more.
with minimum.
But I will say Scarlet and Violet does feel like their correct reboot of the entire. I mean, between this anime and Scarlet, I feel like it's like the beginning of a reboot. The same way I would look at God of War as a reboot. So the idea, like just for idea in God of War, once they did the reboot, where now it's like bearded Kratos, right? Ha. But I'm sorry because I'm Cray and beard. Sorry, just close.
Bearded
But
Kratos,
what was I saying again? Man, I got too arrogant. I was made about me. But
bro. The reboot, man,
what about a reboot?
bro.
Reboot.
Nah, that's Bob, bro. No one got it. I asked them. No one got it.
Okay, bro, I'm gonna shut up, bro.
Okay, listen. Well, y'all co-op DLC. Y'all banter is gold. I don't know what this means. You want us to play the DLC together?
I gotta sit in the room where you play this. Can I play it in my room? You know, it'd be funny if you played it, I played it. We both like uploaded, and then we got back on the podcast. I'm like, yo, how'd it go, bro? Yo, dog, I died. And then we're like talk. Like I was imagining if you played Tears of the Kingdom and I played Tears of the Kingdom, and we
Ooh,
both
yeah,
uploaded at the
sharing
same time,
updates. Yeah.
and then we come back on the podcast, and I'm like, yo, Ganondorf is messed up. What's wrong with this man, dog? And then we just like talking dudes. That'd be some funny thing. Maybe we should arrange something like
Imagine
that.
we did like a co-op Nuzlocke and we played like one gym leader every time we did this pod.
That'd be funny. Can we do? Can we even do that? With like,
You could, but you got to. We don't want to do like 40 minutes of gameplay. We want to do like 10 minutes or something.
yeah, you gotta figure that
Just
out.
like speed button.
We gotta figure that out.
Or we could do okay, whatever. Okay, let's see what are people saying. Frame? I don't know what that is. Soul Link. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what they're saying. Pokemon Legends Guzzlord. I guess.
Oh, enough with the moan. What's his name? Mon.
Mon.
Moan.
Moan. My husband Moan.
My husband moans.
Arvin acts like a dad or mom to Nimona.
What the heck, bro?
I don't know. I'm just reading the comments. What if the crew is teased or mentioned in the Indigo Disc due to it being focused on Tropigus? It could be, but as an Easter egg, they wouldn't actually exist in the Scarlet and Violet games.
Yeah, this is a side note, but I'm like, I'm not even gonna say it. It just came up because you mentioned it. If I said, I'd be like, yo, you thinking the DLC and Amona's sister pop up?
Yeah, maybe. But the problem is, I'm curious about this too.
It's nothing to do with the anime. Why do you even do this? I'm too old for this thing, man.
she's gonna be business oriented because she's supposed to take over the business.
That's what I'm
So
thinking.
Nemona's like the baby
Oh,
sister who got to, I think
like
she
run
got to
around.
be free, or she maybe rebelled and was a Pokemon trainer, but something like
Now
that.
you could just see that like the older sibling has to take on family duties, and the younger one she's like, and it
I
just kind
think
of
so. I
breaks
think
out.
that's how it is. I have to remember.
She became. That's cool if she was kind of like a Sabo character. She's from Wealth, but then she like broke off and became like
Yeah,
champion
if she
level.
broke off, that'd be interesting.
Not broke off as in she's like
Like
I'm not.
she rebelled.
She rebelled, but I don't think she hates her family. I think
No,
she.
no, no.
But the point of what I'm saying is the Sabo like similarity is that like he's from a wealthy family, but he's a high ranked pirate, right? So she'd be from a wealthy family, which think you would assume she doesn't need to do anything Pokemon evolved, but she's like a champion level trainer. That's cool.
Nemona, right?
Yeah, Nimona.
Yeah, the sister would be Az. I don't think she has any Pokemon.
Like
Someone says
yeah, she might be like, "Did you do your homework?" You're like, "Yeah, get out of here."
Legends Alola and the Beast Killer Project. Is there something called the Beast Killer Project? Maybe this is like the international police stuff they're talking about.
Looker's planning this assault. Can it first be at Buzzwole?
Yo, what if we play as like Nanu or Looker?
Oh yeah, that'd be dope playing as Looker.
Pokemon Legends, you're walking around as Looker.
Looker.
This is so stupid, bro. Oh, Type Null is the Beast Killer. Oh, what's the story with Type Null?
I know nothing about.
It's like Type Null was made to fight Ultra Beast or something. You have to look into that.
Oh, that is very interesting. Is that isn't that the that's a super bird? Sorry, not the bird. Sorry, man.
You got Talons.
It's like a Pegasus horse, Talon.
Yeah, it's a is that what you call a
It's
chimera?
almost. It's like it's a chimera is like a lion with snake
But
tail.
there's
And
also another meaning of chimera, right? Where you just fuse things together.
that there's
I
something
think
like
so,
that.
something like that. Someone said, "What if Gita was Nemona's mom?" This is what I thought playing the game. Because I looked at the trails, I'm like, okay, I guess, but I think they're just complete different ethnicities. I don't think it works. A chimera is a living thing that wasn't born correctly.
That's a lot of y'all.
It's me, bro.
I'm joking, man. I mean, like, bro, I got screws loose. You were born correct. You're just dumb now. Talk about you.
Me,
I'm
man.
trying to aim at you so that the audience doesn't get offended.
That's true. Me, is it okay if you make racist jokes at me?
Yeah, I can. I mean, why would they get offended for you?
Or you just can't say words?
They,
Can you say words at someone who's willing to accept it?
I hope so. I mean, I can handle it. This is a conversation gonna get about politics.
All right, you guys want to talk about the Switch 2 stuff?
We done with the recap? Any last?
F the recap, bro.
Okay.
I mean, you have any thoughts? Well, the filler is over, so now we're gonna be in Paldea. So it's like a new phase of the anime is probably gonna start now.
Yeah, they've now. I think the official kind of like precursor to the story is now ended, and now it's kind of like now officially starting like episode one. Like now
Bro, the coolest thing to me is like, okay, if we were doing Ash and Paldea, what you would have is Ash and then something like, Nemona and stuff is around him. So we have the Paldean cast interacting with Paldea. But in this show, we have a complete different cast. And we're outsiders coming to Paldea, right?
and that's very important because if we stuck with what you said and let's say Ash was this is Ash's story, right? They would have to design it in some way where he bumps into Nimona, but now Nimona's almost going to be considered almost as equal as him because they have to write it like that. Like, you know what I mean? Which once again makes Ash look weaker than what he normally should be. Does that make sense? Now think of it with our story. With our story, you have not infants, but you have two kids who can't battle for Deuce. Does that make sense? Like if Ash is in a story, they have to automatically lower how good he is and make him to rival Nimona so that they can both be characters that like buddy up and they go do stuff, right? So it doesn't work well for the story. But in this case, you have two kids that are not supposed to be good to start with. You could give the benefit of the doubt. They're never going to be on her level. She's going to be at a certain level, and you know what I mean? It works better than having some story where Ash goes in and it's the same thing I said before when I'm like when season 4 or the one with Snivy, when that happens and Ash's Pikachu loses Snivy, they had to lower him to such a level to make him become equal with who? The rival. So when you go on, if you had Ash, Nimona would be considered a rival in Paldea, which means they'd have to lower who he is, which means like he could bring out like his Gengar and the Gengar would lose to like one of her dumb Pokemon. It'd be like, what in the heck? Like you should not be, and that's exactly why it's good that they kicked Ash out. Never again do I want Ash to lose to another person. You beat Leon and everything else. No, I don't need that stuff. So it's good that there's the story goes in the sense that she's champion level, but these guys are poop level. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw this one comment that said Nimona beating Ash would make sense since she's champion in a friendly battle, not a serious
But I
battle.
don't. That can never happen.
Yeah.
That should never happen. There's no reason for that to happen. That's why you remove Ash from the story.
Nah, it's good they removed them. Okay, so actually, before we get into Switch 2, there's one Pokemon thing we can talk about because someone sent me something once. But I have to find it. Now, it's not serious, but it raises something cool.
Hmm.
Okay. Maybe I should email this. I'll email this to myself. So, the Pokemon TCG is out, right?
Ooh. I actually like the first drop they did for Scarlet and Violet. We just didn't. We should like open some packs on air. That's another collaboration we should do.
Should we open some packs, guys? No, don't ask them. They're going to say yes and then. Uh,
Then disappear.
yeah, hold on.
Why am I looking at my phone the second as you're looking at yours? I'm like,
They
bro,
gotta see
I
you.
got nothing to do.
I'm just emailing the picture to myself. I'm not
Uh,
logged in on my computer. Frick, man. Okay, so let me ask you something, right?
yeah, yeah.
This is a broad question, right? But how do you think terraforms they would go about it?
In what?
Terraforms, not terraforming, terrestrial forms. How do you think they would go about it?
Who?
Game Freak.
In terms of using it on the anime?
Just how would it work? How would it look? Anything.
By terraforms, you're not talking about terrestrialization
A
forms, right?
terrestrialization form.
Like man, bro.
Okay. Who?
Cause,
Okay.
cause if you wanted my answer, I don't know if I'm like repeating what we said previously, but like I would assume this kind of form would be like a crystallized evolution of what they already look like.
Yeah. That's exactly
So,
it.
for example, if Charizard got a terraform, his like wings and all the sharp parts of his body would get even further crystallized. You get what I mean? So it would look like that. Like even like even if we took like a goofy Pokemon like what's Pyroar,
Okay.
right? And then like you crystallize, and there'd be like parts of his. He would kind of become more like more sharper and
That mane and all would get
yeah, the
like
mane would get
crystal.
all sharp and crystallized and stuff. He would look a lot more cooler.
Okay, so check this out, right? Someone sent me a message and they're like, "Have you seen the TCG for Charizard?" So I've showed the screen tier two. This is a char. I don't. I mean, chat. Let me know if this is a real card, but this is an EX Charizard, right? They brought back EXs, by the way. Now he's just terrestrialized. I think that's even like the dark symbol above him. But when you look at him, it kind of gives you a proper feel of what a terraform could look like. Because it looks like his wings are incorrectly terrestrialized and like sharper and they're red and he has like a different kind of crown on. Imagine this guy has different stats. It's like a mini mega evolution.
Yeah, that's so. What do you think? This is like a stage. He's like right in the middle of it, or he's just completed it. But it looks different than what we've seen in the game. No.
Uh it does, it does. So Caden sent this to me, Caden Williams, right? So he was asking me, do you think this is a terraform charger? Like the TCG's kind of leaked it early. But I'm obviously trying to be more realistic about it. I'm going to imagine that it's just a dark one, but they drew it in a cool pose. But this gives you because we don't have any visual to go off of like what a terraform could look like, but you can imagine like his claws are sharper. Everything's like this red here and all. It looks good.
Yeah, like in all honesty, if you were to, because I can't see the top of his head beyond.
I almost like if it was gone, this was just the crown. That'd be sick. Because
Yeah,
it's the dark symbol. Do you know what the dark symbol is? You're gonna hate it. I'm gonna look it up.
it's like a moon that's like.
It's like a.
Oh, never mind. What the heck
It's
is
just
this?
ugly, bro. It's this.
Why?
I have to hide it from the
I
screen.
thought you were talking about like the dark, like the actual like on the TCG card.
No, no, no. So this is the dark symbol, guys. Right. So this is what's on top of his head. Frick. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, like so what I was saying is I what like little tweaks that I would want is if we could take that black thing off the top of his head and just give him his horn.
I like that weird crown they put on him.
I like the crown, but here's the thing:
Yeah.
I still need his horn to pop out.
Ooh, I mean, listen, you got to get into it, but oh yeah, his horns are missing, right?
Yeah, because right now it looks like a shower cap.
That's funny. But yeah, this is like I liked when I saw this because it made me think of how cool terraforms could be if they do it right.
Yeah, but look. There's two things. One, it is cool. It gives you like a cool window into it. And you know what I like? The shimmy of the wings,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I think that's a shimmy.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, right? Like it just shows that everything's been crystallized a bit more. It's closer towards the way you would kind of think of like a crystal onyx.
Mm-hmm. And it's the wrong color also, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like for some reason it's just supposed to be shiny blue.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they made
yeah.
it red. They made it. It's like he's tapping deeper into it. I don't think the TCG people have. They might have some information, but I don't think they would even have the ability to leak something. I don't think they know that much.
Who knows? It's hard to say right now because Pokemon does have to give them the green light to put every design out
Something like
because
that.
it's
I don't even know
tied to
how it
their brand,
works.
right? They're not going to allow you to put something unless it's
Yeah, everything's green lit. Like an illustrator just draws it. But like for now, we're just gonna call it just a dark Charizard. I mean, it even shows dark here.
yeah. So the second thing I was going to say is like this is very cool.
I
So
like this.
have you seen the first Scarlet and Violet drops for the cards? I was looking at the drops and I was like, man, we should do if not me, you. Like if I'm busy like looking at cards. Sorry, I just told people I like cars.
Watch, he's gonna forget his train of thought. Watch.
No, Pokemon.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we'll watch TCG.
Watch TCG.
Now my brain's deleting stuff.
I got you. I made you wasted. Hold on.
No, it's TCG. It's TCG stuff. Pull up Scarlet and Violet.
Ah, you got it. Which one? The first drop?
Yeah, the first drop. Like it's just the very first Scarlet
Didn't
and
we
Violet.
go through those?
I think we kind of did, but we'll just go back just for a second.
How do I look that up? TCG.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet TCG, and it'll just literally it'll take you to like the main.
Do you think the official site wouldn't have them, right?
It might. I think it does.
I know this site would have them.
I want.
This site is my dog.
It's oh yeah, those last Pokemon in the sets,
Uh-huh.
they look great.
Really? So do you mean the first drop or the most recent one? Because this Charizard's from the most recent one.
The most recent one, I don't think the recent one is out yet. I think that's June, July ish.
Yeah, I forget, it's called something, but I'm hiding.
If it's in June, you got it. You got it. You got to open one, and then we got to open another one on set.
Frick, you think?
I think so.
It's been a
No,
while since
I was gonna. The whole point of what I was saying is like, yo,
Ooh.
we got to collect these. What the
So
heck?
it's called Obsidian Flames. So this Charizard looks nothing like the one we saw in that image. Because look, his wings are blue and orange here. The image I
Okay, so in this image, they're deliberately hiding his crown to allow the bolt
yeah.
to take place. That's very
So this is the new set. It releases on August 11. But this is not the set I was trying to check. I just want to see.
Obsidian Flames.
Should I maybe look Obsidian?
What an interesting thing. Obsidian Flames. I want that to be a mode.
Obsidian.
Charizard entered Obsidian Flame mode. And you're like, what? He's a Dark Fire mode?
It's
Dark
so
Fire.
weird, bro. Is this? Wait, is this an old card?
That's Delta.
I was gonna say, bro.
Not just type it. Okay, just type in Pokemon TCG,
Pokemon TCG.
and then they'll just go to that and just get to go to like the
Go to.
go up.
Yeah.
Just go to click on the first one. The
Okay.
top link. No, not that. I don't know what.
Oh shit, this one.
Yeah, it should just have the. Just go try to pull up the. Go to trading card game. Try to see if you can pull the one. I want the one. I want the
Which one? You want the first one?
yes.
All right, I'm gonna look for it, man. You talk to them.
I lost so much bandwidth just trying to like navigate that.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Pokemon.
There's just a lot of good Scarlet and Violet cards from that set that are just really well drawn, and and because they have different rarity versions, if that makes sense to anyone who's watching, they have different versions of these cards. There's like an EX, and there's like a full art, and then there's like a super full art. Those super full art ones look really cool, and they make you want to collect them now because the way that you appreciate the anime with the way you appreciate the game, it's like the first time in a long time where you actually want to collect the cards because you like the anime or you like the game, and then the cards are like a bridge. So you could like the anime and you could start collecting these cards. You could like the game and you start collecting these cards, but it gives you a little bit more connectivity to like want to actually start collecting again. Up until like the when Sword and Shield was out, I was like, what are we collecting?
I stopped. Yeah, I stopped for a bit still.
There's just no point to it. But now it looks cool. So are these the cards?
I think so. Yo, this is a terrestrialized Gyarados. It's like all like shiny.
Which is cool. But when you get over to like those like full art like final like what they're like I think they're like double star cards.
Oh shoot! Let's see if there are any over here. Ew, bro. Oh,
But you see how
yo.
cool that one looks.
Oh, there's double star.
See that? It's like
So it scans. So you can't see the glow, but that's pretty sick.
yeah, exactly. It scans. But if you look at that one over the
Oh, that's a double star.
it's double star. Look at that.
That looks crazy.
And then there's even one that builds on the Curlia thing we mentioned before.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, watch.
I don't know.
So if you guys are wondering, there's like a Routes, a Curlia, and then there's a Gardevoir like trio, and each one shows like a certain memory that the Routes is having with its owner as it grows up, and then the final one is when it becomes a Gardevoir. It shows the last artwork. Look, Nemona's in the artwork. What do we get to the ending? Like, just take us to like I want the double star super rare cards. Maybe I can find a better version. I don't want to take too much time up on this, but okay, check out these full art ones.
Yo, what if you pulled this as your shiny?
I would not be happy.
This is weird, bro. Full arts of normal cards? That's actually kind of cool.
See, so look at that. Look at that.
Ooh.
It's just like the way they drew that.
They're getting better with some of these cards.
That's so cool.
This is, bro, I wouldn't hate it. This is weird. They're giving it to like normal Pokemon.
Yeah, there's such an oddness to like the collector in you. If you're into the cards, like this is very very different.
Whoa.
I want to see. I want to see the one Gardevoir. Wow, that drowsy one. Like so see this Routes and this Curlia. You're gonna see. So you guys see those two?
Yeah, but yo, Gardevoir is hidden somewhere, man.
It's hidden.
If you want, I'll look for it. Yo, the scans look so nice. I'll look.
No, I think you're gonna get near it. There's the EX. I think we just got the full art.
Great Tusk.
These aren't the full arts. But it is cool. Like, see, so you see these things, right? Normally, like if you stop here, normally you have no reason to want to collect a Professor Sada card, right? Like you're just like, I don't care if this isn't Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But now you play the game and you like Sada.
Yeah.
You play the game, you like Turo, or you watch the anime and you like Sada, Toro, Nemona. Now you want to collect the card again. So I'm saying like this is a good thing. Like this is bringing a little bit more appreciation for people to want to be like. When I was a kid, I watched the anime, I played the game, and the bridge between the two was the cards. We collected them, you know, and that was the fun part. So it's the same thing here. Like this looks cool. It's like a Cyber City. It's like it almost makes you imagine what world he was in.
He came from.
You know what I mean?
I think that might be what it's actually showing. The kind of world he would come from.
Look at that. Now she's like a mother.
Oh, okay. We have the.
So cool. See, all the gym leaders that you came to know, all of them are in the set. So you feel so much more cooler about it because of just that good integration or that good bridging.
Okay, so we have the little girl with the routes. The dad's like moving in. Then she's a mom and she has a Curlia, and she has a kid. Now she's a grandma and the kid is growing up. That's who that is. This is very sad. Oh my goodness. Yo, they went deep with this story. That's her from the first picture.
First picture.
And this is,
So isn't that cool? Just for like a collector thing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get those three. You know what I mean?
who did this? Jiro Sasumo.
Good for you.
This man needs to be arrested.
Put too much work in there. But that's a good thing, right? I don't know how other people are feeling about the. You guys in the chats have to let me know if you guys are checked out of collecting cards permanently. Like you guys are just like out. But if anything, I think that just Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon created such a disconnect where people are just like, I don't even want to collect these anymore. And then now I'm trying to like, I'm almost like a spokesman. I'm like, yo guys, you guys should get into the cards now. Like
Maybe
it's a
I'll
good
open the
time.
next one. So look, happy marriage. Here's the husband here. And then let me see the photos on the curly one. They live in the same house too, don't
So
they?
it just evolves over time. It starts with them moving with nothing and it ends with them having like a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, so this is her parents. I don't know. Oh, that's the dad. Wow, that's pretty cool, dude. Oh, yo, hold on. The plant is alone. Oh, they moved the freaking plant. I want to follow the plant's
I
lore.
love it. We're going a bit more deeper than I thought, but I love
Okay.
it. Like, that's cool.
Oh no, this is the plant lore. So it's a little lemon sapling. Then they move it to the back, and they're planting here. Dad, it has lemons. Let's
Oh, you're
go.
right.
All right, let's go to the Switch stuff. Okay, so we were talking about the Switch a bit last.
Let's open those cards.
When does
Anyway,
it come out? Look on your phone when it comes out. Maybe I'll do it after.
no, yeah, you guys talk. And I'm gonna talk too, but I'm gonna see if I can pull something up.
All right, guys. We're gonna talk about the Switch 2 stuff, right? So since we talked about it last time, I went and like dug to see anything we can find out because I wanted to see what people are thinking online because I'm usually not like seeing what people are thinking. So I was very disappointed to find out no one's really like properly speculating. They're just waiting for it to really be announced. But I found like a couple like comments that I wanted to talk about. So let's see. Okay, that's funny. But okay, let's see. There's this. Okay. We'll start with this, right? First off, let me look at this. Look on screen right now.
Huh? What?
Okay, no, well, I'm not taking this seriously, right? Because I was looking for fun, right? I just typed like Switch 2. Tell me what looks funny to you in this.
This second screen.
Okay, what was funny to me is that they actually put the whole
Bullet
screen
holes for
close
the
it.
Joy-Cons.
I was laughing when I saw that. Could you imagine if this is actually what it looked like?
Yeah, there's no way this is what it's gonna look
Well,
like.
it's not gonna because like it needs to be dockable and be usable on the TV, right?
Right, and then I don't see the purpose of the second screen
There's no purpose.
because here's the thing that people have to know. Even when they did the DS, what made the DS kind of not it didn't flop, but what made the DS flop, flippy flop, and you know this from experience was not many developers were able to use like develop these games where like oh we have
Oh,
to
in that
tap it to,
sense,
we have
yeah.
to tap it to a second screen. Ah, screw this. So there's a lot of games that were just kind of like not able to take advantage of that. So
There's
at
nothing
some
you can
point,
do with it.
yeah,
Just
there's a reason why like there's a reason why Nintendo dropped the idea of a second screen because I remember when we were growing up at the time. Do you remember playing? There's only a few games that were able to take small things. Like, have you remember
yeah,
Zelda?
Zelda, you draw them on the map.
You could draw on the map. There's small things, but otherwise, you never were able to use the
Then
second
there's
screen.
like the brain age games. You hold your DS sideways.
Yeah, and then that would also kind of like imply that like these things, these screens would become like they're already touch, but I don't think the games would involve.
Yeah, this is just for fun.
Yeah, no.
It was made by Katarzyania Penar.
It's pretty cool, but
Okay, so
my take was always about keeping like if I'm working in Pokemon, my idea, and I'm like, all right, guys, our design language is fantastic. We like all we have to do is improve upon it. So what I said last week, which I'll reiterate one more time, is I want the Joy Cons to be just a bit more improved with haptic feedback. Maybe a little bit more like honestly, just like a little couple more grams of weight in each one. Just make it feel a bit more like premium, a little bit more haptic feedback in it, and then a slightly like a 1 inch bigger screen, just a slightly bigger screen, and then just external docking of a GPU. And we also talked about the last week where we were like, oh, put a 3070 dock, but then we discussed pricing. And we're like, you can't make it affordable. So we were just like, can you put like a 3050, 3060 equivalent in a
in the
dock?
dock, right?
So in that, basically what I just described is little to nothing being changed about the Switch, other than the fact that its GPU and its performance has just gone up the charts. This is like one thing where I'm like, it ain't broken. You don't gotta go fixing it. I don't know if people disagree. Like I hate the Joy Cons.
No, you're actually right. The Switch is not broken. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the reason they still haven't made a new console, and it's still not broken now.
Exactly. And for the record, like when I was reading to it, like the older one, everyone's like, who's gonna buy? I bought it.
Well, who's gonna buy it if you already have?
If
the
you already
Switch?
have one, that's a good thing. But the thing is that it's selling like hotcakes. The Zelda edition came up.
Yeah.
Everybody's buying it up. The Sun and Moon one came up. Why is there hotcakes in?
It's just funny you said the cliche.
They sell like hotcakes. I just came whatever natively came to mind. Yo, you know what I gotta turn off like my hip hop stuff. I gotta go into anything
you
else.
get the cliches. Then.
Yeah, I don't. I'll say like some of the most like savage stuff, but it's not a broken device that needs anything to be improved. And I haven't seen anybody other than the GPU like want to improve. No one's really been like angry at it. Like I
So-
said, one of my favorite things is being able to dock my screen
Right.
and like literally like I could be playing. I'll literally fold my arms and I have my Joy Cons in my hands, and I'll just be like watch something on TV and I'm like training my Pokemon. I'm like, this is so like,
Yeah, I've
it's
never used the. I just use the Pro controller. I don't use it handheld. So that's cool. You use it handheld.
yeah.
Does it? Okay, I'll ask you this after. So okay, I mean, chat might be ahead of me on this, but okay. So Switch, right? Let's say it's for next year, right? There's two.
We're due for something.
We're due, but it's like you said, the Switch is not broken, right? But I'll get to that after. There's two ways of thinking. Either we get the Switch Pro,
Mm-hmm.
which would be like the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is the strongest Switch, or the Switch 2, kind of like the PlayStation 2, or like the
Not
whatever.
necessarily PlayStation 2, but
Well,
like
because PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. So Switch 2, a whole new console, but it's just in a line, in a series now, right?
right.
So if we're going by the second approach, like a Switch 2 approach, what I saw a cool name idea people mentioning. Can you guess what that is? Switch 2.
I'm trying to see if I can play on the words like Nintendo 2 Switch.
In some way, it's a
2 Switch Nintendo. Switch to Nintendo.
Tera tube.
Switch to Nintendo. That's what it's called. They're just telling you to convert. Okay, help me out here. I feel like we're doing guess
All
the
right,
Pokemon
think
already.
Nintendo.
It's sock. I'm sorry. I'm just pretending like we're doing guess the Pokemon. Sorry.
The Nintendo sock.
The Nintendo. No, sorry. What the name would be?
Okay, Switch. They're gonna sequel it with the Switch 2. Let's just say, right? What would you call the Switch 2 instead of Switch? Like, it's a cool name I saw. It's a cool name idea I saw, so I want to see if you can guess it. Okay, so
The Pokemon
this is
Mewtwo.
dumbass. Okay, so we have the Nintendo Entertainment System, right? What comes after?
I forgot that was the full name of it.
What comes after?
What the Super Switch?
The Super Switch. Oh, you thought it was dumb? I thought that was sick. The Super Nintendo, the Super Switch.
The Super Switch.
You look at a game called. This guy thinks it's dumb. Frick.
No, I was like Super Switch 2.
No, just
Like Super Saiyan 2?
why do you need the two?
Because there's a 2.
No, you get the Switch and you look. Okay, we go to.
I said switch to Nintendo.
Yeah, and Sony do.
Don't switch to Nintendo. Subscribe, guys. I don't want Nintendo to win. I want us to win. Sorry. I know. I got excited.
You look at the game covers 2 years from now, right? And you just see Super Switch, all fancy.
Super Switch.
Frick, I thought that would like strike a switch in you because I saw it. I'm like, that's the name, Super
The
Switch.
Nintendo Super
Because
Switch.
they don't do that naming scheme anymore, but it'd be a reference to the very start where they do like Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that works. It feels more along the lines of like a Switch Pro, like a Super Switch.
The name, right?
The name, it makes it look like it's like a Super
Damn, man.
Saiyan
I
Switch.
guess it only works in the 90s or
It's
whatever.
kind of like how I look at like like an Audi A4 S5. You know what I mean? Like it's like a Super Saiyan, like
Damn,
Super
it-
Switch.
So in Super Nintendo, if that happened in the modern day, it wouldn't feel like a new console, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you're saying buy the Super Switch. If that's enough to make someone go, oh, I'm going out to go buy my thing. They may have to like change that up to
Nah,
like.
that sucks. You're right with that. So
It-
what would be a name that works?
Honestly, as anticlimactic it is, if they called it the Nintendo Switch 2, people would be able to identify it much more like, oh, I'm getting the second
They
Switch.
would be able to, but it doesn't sound Nintendo, you know?
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
has like colorful sound.
They really like got lucky. I'm not even gonna say got lucky. They worked hard at it, but they really got lucky with putting this.
Switch is an ass name.
It's very odd.
They made it work, but it's if you go back in time, like the name is ass.
Yeah.
The Nintendo
The
Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
What could they do, man? Because you're right. Super Switch probably doesn't work then.
See, I'm gonna use the bathroom quickly. See if anybody in the chats can give us a better name, and then
I'll
we'll,
read the chats.
we'll give them a round of applause.
No one's gonna comment for a round of applause.
Huh?
Someone said Switch XL. Bro, get out of here. What the frick is the Nintendo Flick?
The Nintendo Flick.
The Nintendo Swap.
Swap.
The new Nintendo Switch. Yo, this is what they called the 3DS after the 3DS. It's actually called the
New.
new 3DS.
The new.
Frick. But so if Nintendo is but that was just an upgraded Nintendo 3DS, so I guess that works. The Wii equals the Super GameCube. You're right. And it probably would have sold better as the Wii than as the Super GameCube, right? The Nintendo Go. Oh man, that does have a ring, but it's so boring. That's not bad. The Nintendo Go. It just sounds a bit maybe because of Pokemon Go. It sounds a bit mobile appy. I'm a bit quiet. You want me to increase my volume? The Nintendo Switches. What's wrong with y'all? Okay, just make sure I'm not too loud, okay? The hyper. Now, I think it might not have to. I don't think Switch can be in the name. I think they would just call it something else. What? The Nintendo Stay? You're quiet. I do. Well, I increased my volume now. Let's hope I'm not louder than him. Yeah, I did some research on the Switch, so we'll talk about it once he's back. I'm convinced Rayquaza is getting something in the DLC. Yeah. Me too. I I I imagine it's so weird to imagine, but I feel like he would get a Terrestrial for him. Bro, Zelda's freaking. That's the sentence, bro. I'm not gonna say the Zelda game is the whole Purapad thing. Mastered Ultra Instinct. Nintendo G. I'm thinking of the game covers, you know. The Nintendo Game Sphere. I'm thinking of the game cover, so when you see it on the shelves, it has to say something super attractive. The Switch Ultimate. I don't know. I don't know if keeping Switch. This is the same thing as Super Switch. But having Switch in the name, it still has the same effect. You never know if that's why the Wii U sold ass, because it just had Wii in the title.
I think the Wii was just it's such a identity crisis time for Nintendo. I remember we bought that. We bought that.
The Wii U?
I remember like not we as a like you like as a like me like my guys. We actually like bought the Wii U. We
The
was
Wii U.
trying. I think what was it, Mario Maker or something, where you can like I dabbled in it a little bit where I think you play like Mario Maker and me and um like you can have like one guy like use like the touch screen and like butt blocks and you can
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know
it
what
just
that was
seemed like
about.
it seemed like such a miss
It's
because like
forced.
it's so confusing, but you're like, this is what you're gonna get. The Switch is something that you could give to a 5-year-old and he figures it out. How to put the controls on, how to click everything on, how to dock it, how to play. He can figure so much about it out. And the thing is, because it's a singular screen, developers can work with it so much better. The Wii U operated on 2 screens. So it's still a fail. So they didn't learn from their mistakes of like the DS, where they're just like, we can't. This is they've done this with like phones and other stuff too. Whenever you try to like add an extra screen or do something, developers can't take advantage of that extra real
It's
estate.
just a cool feature,
So it
but
just becomes a gimmick, which doesn't sell. The gimmicks don't sell.
the Wii U gimmick looks so cool though. It was like a giant DS.
That was what they were trying to
I
sell,
liked it, but it just didn't work out.
and then they just made a super smaller version of a DS, and it worked great.
Yeah, the Switch is like the super the perfected Wii U. Okay, so we will talk about the Switch, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping you got a better design than this.
This is the only design I picked up
Oh,
because people. Well, I have another one I can look up, but I don't know. People aren't really speculating this. Maybe I just didn't look in the right place. Like people aren't speculating what could be inside and stuff. They're just waiting for it to be announced or waiting for it to see if it's the Pro or a Switch 2. Uh, there's one cool artwork. I think I put in the thumbnail for the stream. This one. Hold up. I mean, this isn't cool. It's just something else. So it's
It's some-
purple. It has freaking 4 games.
yeah, I don't know.
It's the same looking crap. They,
4 game. Yeah, and for just I completely respect like the idea of it, but the problem with this is there's something actually cool about it because if you notice like it goes down, you
Yeah,
see that like
yeah.
it kind of acts like real like controller handles. But the thing is, I don't think Pokemon wants to like create that extra real estate on their thing because when you dock it, now the dock has to. Like,
You
you
mean
see,
Nintendo, right? Yeah.
yeah, they wouldn't do something like that. It just doesn't work. But
Yeah.
I see you know what I like what I do like about this is remove like kind of making it less. They see how it looks less bezel.
Yeah, there's no bezel now.
It's more like screen to screen and like maybe you see at the top how there's like it seems like these kind of like darker purple like accents.
Mm-hmm.
No, like near where the plus and minus are.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering if you could make a better button system that just really see what you need to do is not change the Switch, make a more refined version of the Switch. I think that is all that you need to do. And the only thing that can like really perfect that is improving that GPU. Because I know this when I played what game did I play? Uh, it was some game I forgot. It was some game I was playing. But even when I played Pokemon, I was like, man, I want this game to be more like stable, like 60 frames. It'd be so cool, but it's not there yet. So you have to kind of like allow it, right? So even if you look at PlayStation 4, right? PlayStation 4 was good. PS4 Pro came out, it was good, but then the whole thing that people wanted was just the graphic. Because what ended up happening was developers were putting out games and they started to reach the limit of what the PS4 can do for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So PS4 came out, and then when God of War and all these games came out, they're like, "Yo, these are barely going to crack this. Like we can barely manage on this," but they managed. Then the Pro came out and it slightly improved it, but it didn't do that much. When the 5 came out, the two things they targeted was making the performance go up to the roof and then making the load times go up to the roof. They didn't change anything. PS4, PS5. That's all they did. In terms of the name, the design is completely different, but then they made it so that it got very powerful and it got very fast. Pokemon doesn't seem to be something that struggles with load times, but even that would be cool. What if suddenly like they make the load time so good that the way you fly is like a seamless thing. You just press fly and it goes, did you
That's crazy. Even Zelda takes forever to load, but that's because it's on the Switch, right? Okay, so it's what you said before, right? The Switch is not broken, and
Yeah.
it's printing the money. So why mess up the rhythm? Think
Yeah.
about it. What if they could go like this for 3 more years and infinite money?
You know what would get in the way with that? The developers, because what happens is you said the Switch isn't broken, right? There is one way to break it. If there is definitely a way to break it, and the way you break it is if multiple game developers start wanting to do more with their games, and then now the blame is our games are good, and they're very good, but to play them, you need the engine to get better. That's how, like you see what I'm saying? You make the developers elevate what they're creating,
So it's capped. The
and
hardware's capped.
then force Switch to have to accommodate that.
So about it not being broken, there's two ideas, right? One is for now just don't fix what isn't broken. And so don't make a Switch 2, just make kind of what you said for the PS5 or more like a Switch Pro. I don't know how a Switch Pro could work though. But the other train of thought is to make the sequel while the Switch is still hype, right? But both of those are completely contradictory. You just have to figure out what's the right path. I would think since it's been 6 years. So I looked up what's inside the Nintendo Switch. Okay, so I'm gonna
This
say
is good.
I'm gonna say them to you. Okay, maybe I'll. Do you guys want this on screen as the visual? Okay, I'll do it. So the first thing is the chip inside the Nintendo Switch is called the Tegra X1, right?
But
It is a chip that's for like mobile devices. It's in smartphones and tablets. It's in the Nvidia Shield Android TV. Let's see what this looks like.
that is doo.
Let's go. This is the Switch's chip. It's in this thing, whatever this is. And it's in the Google Pixel C tablet. It's for uh the portable devices, right? But the one inside the Switch is customized and made so that it's optimized by the other hardware in the Switch. So it's like Apple products, right? So that's why the Switch, it's all compact and perfect. It's a quad core ARM CPU. And
I can imagine it'd be ARM. But see, why I'm saying that is because okay, ARM, right? I don't know if you wanted to finish your point, but I was going to be like, all I want for you to do is just type in. This is a hyperbole, but just type in. Not even the top. Type in M1 Max GPU equivalent. I didn't even say M1 Ultra. I said M1. I didn't say M2 either.
is this legit?
No,
Okay, they're
that-
comparing.
they're comparing it to. They're not. It's not. There's
So
no
it's a
way
bit weaker. Okay,
it's not a 3090. It's not a 3090.
so 3090 core speed is
But-
up to 1700.
but
This
look-
one is 13.
Yeah, but look at the power consumption. That's what
That's
happens when you tap into ARM, right?
yeah.
So why I'm saying that is because it's not 3090. It might be closer to like 3060,
Mm-hmm.
3050. But I'm saying that's Apple Silicon. That's just ARM chips. So like why I'm saying that is because I'm not even joking. This phone I have right here might be more powerful than the Nintendo Switch. But look how thin it is. Look how capable it is. You can make okay, guys, in the comments, if I made the Nintendo Switch half an inch thicker, but now I can really, really cool this thing off,
I don't mind being thicker. It's pretty
then
thin.
then there should be no all I said was half an inch, not even like all
Half an inch is a lot,
that's
but yeah.
but that's I know it's a lot, but it's but okay, you see this thinness? I
Uh-huh.
would double this.
Okay. Might as well.
And then imagine you create a crazy cooling capacity for that, and you can do it because the thing is, they already have high end performing. What's that other brand? Dragon. It's in
Well, Snapdragon.
Android. Snapdragon. They have high performing gaming phones, and you know what they have? They have like cooling systems. Not the best, but they have some form of cooling systems, right? So if you could build all that into the Switch, you can make something because that's all we really want as thing. Because what game was I saying? Wasn't there some games coming out? Oh, perfect example. So if you guys know, Nintendo did some weird partnership at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can look it up right now, but if you can type of Call of Duty Nintendo, they did a deal with Call of Duty.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Microsoft and Nintendo have negotiated and signed a 10-year legal document to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players. Now, that's the first point, right? That they've done a 10-year partnership to bring Call of Duty. Second, I'm not a Call of Duty fan, but I already know the next one coming out is like Modern Warfare 3 or something like that. It's like that's the next one coming out. Third, how the heck do you play that on the Switch?
It's is it cross compatible?
They have to because that's the point. They do a deal. So they're bringing Call of Duty to Switch. How do you play on the Switch? Right? So doesn't that kind of look like behind the scenes that this is already a hint that they're going to improve the Switch?
Well, they do have to. They do have to.
But with the current Switch, there's no Call of Duty you're playing. It's going to be like some 14 frame garbage.
Can people play Fortnite on the Switch? They can, right?
Maybe I don't know.
Fortnite with like PS5 people and with computer people, I think.
I think when you look at something like this, the fact that think about it. If I'm Nintendo and I'm like, and I signed a 10-year deal, I'm fully aware that you guys are making these games very taxing. This is like PlayStation like level things. I need to make my GPU like level up to even keep up with this. You're right about the fact that they can optimize it so it doesn't need to be as strong, but they still need a strong GPU to play Call of Duty,
Yeah.
to go online,
mean,
to
yeah.
like work with to you know. And then there's other things that I want in it. Like I love the game capture system in the PlayStation. In the PlayStation, you could just
Oh,
press a button
it captures up to an hour,
and it can
right?
capture up to an hour,
The
right?
Switch just captures 30 seconds.
I would love if it could capture like that stuff because the coolest thing is I'll be playing a game on PlayStation and I'll be playing something and I'm like focusing on something and then I'll go and then, like they'll say something I don't pick up on it and then all just go do 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 and I just pull up the replay
rewatch
and I
it.
can just rewatch the scene. So you even feel good because you watch a cut scene and now you're not like obsessive about like I need to pay attention to everything. You gotta just be like, yeah, I can watch it again after. All right, cool, dude. Let's go back and watch it again. That replay thing is super cool too. I don't know if I'm talking too much.
No, no. So the Tegra X1 chip, right? That's in the Switch. If I if I looked it up right, it was made in 2015. So that means right now what you're playing Tears of the Kingdom and Scarlet Violet on is 8-year-old chip.
What's wrong with these mans? Apple puts a new chip every year.
So in that regard, we need like a 2022 version, in a new Switch. And I mean, I'll talk about this after, but the Switch OLED, you know what chip it has, right?
Does it do a chip?
The Switch is the exact same inside.
See? What?
Okay. Okay. So the other thing inside the Switch is 4 gigs of like RAM. It's called like LPDDR4 RAM. It's for mobile stuff, but 4 gigs of RAM.
See, so go to 16.
I don't know too much with RAM because you could do so much with little. It depends how optimized it is.
Yes, yeah. For example, a MacBook Air with M1 ARM chips. I don't know if I sound like I'm not even that smart in the space, but a MacBook Air, it only needs 8 gigs of RAM to run like a beast.
Okay, 6. I just looked here. It says 6 gigs in the iPhone 14.
Yeah.
And it's, but what the? Nah,
But that's because they have
Everything else
the ARM
optimized.
chips so well working with the software. It doesn't need 16 gigs of RAM. It can be efficient with just 8. right? So you could do something like that.
What's the current Galaxy?
Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the Galaxy's
They have a lot,
is
yeah.
more powerful than. No, I'm pretty sure the
Oh, hey.
Galaxy itself
Uh-huh.
is more powerful than the Switch. Now watch, this is what's funny. If the new Galaxy is stronger than the Switch,
Uh-huh.
that's already funny. You know what else you could do with the Galaxy? You can dock it.
Oh, okay, Samsung Dex.
Yeah. So if a goofy if a goofy phone like this could be docked, guys,
Okay, they're catching up. Okay, next thing is the display. The Switch has a 6.2-inch touchscreen LCD, and it is capped at 720p. You know that, right? And then you can dock it, and it goes up to 1080p, right? I think the reason it gets unlocked to 1080p is there's like extra
power delivery maybe.
power delivery, right? But when I was looking up if it was how the 1080 works, apparently it's not actually 1080p.
Upscale.
It's upscaled. So it's just filling in the pixels. The actual resolution isn't higher.
So they're still being sneaky about how they.
So even docked at 720p, right? And so there's a reason that it's like this. So I'll talk about it after, but that's really weak. The Switch is just straight 720p.
Yeah. It,
My
okay,
freaking
so
Zelda videos, I've rendered them in freaking 4K or something.
yeah, and really it's like pointless. But like, think about it. Would you guys? How would you guys feel if we're using chips from 5 6 years ago in phones? You're like, I'm not buying this phone. This is like
Yeah,
because
if it was competitive.
it's almost yeah, especially that. But it's almost like it's like a diss knowing that all the other tech that's out there. Most fans who love Nintendo products, they're like punch the air because they're like, this is so good, but you're just hello, bump the chip up. You know what I mean? Like
Someone said the Switch OLED chip is different. I wonder if that's true.
check it out. I'm gonna compare something quickly. Get this mic away from me.
No, it says the same chipset.
Let's see.
But yeah, so other stuff the Switch has is of course the controllers. The controllers are sick. They have Joy Cons,
Yeah,
right? They have a good weight to them, and then they have like
the Pro controller is not bad either.
Pro Controller is very comfortable. So the Joy-Con has rumble. It has the what is it? Accelerometer to detect movements. Like so when you're playing like Wii Sports golfing or steering a car, and this is what Super Mario Party uses for like these features. And it also has like on one of the controls it has an infrared camera. I don't know for some of the games where you like stick it up to your face or something, but it can detect motion uh, away from it. So like you put it down somewhere, it can still detect motion. So the two Joy Cons are pretty good. They have a lot to them, and I think all they have to do is maybe like make a premium version of them, maybe even a backwards compatible one. I don't know. We can't really get into that. And then storage. So the Switch has 32 gigs of storage.
Yeah, I can't search this while talking with you, but
Yes. What are you trying to search?
no, all I was trying to do is look up like what the equivalents of what these phones are, see how they perform, and just see just what exactly is the power difference between what we have now in our phones versus what's available in the Switch right now, just to see what the boost is, right? Because I feel like even if you take a chip from like a year ago, you could still make something incredible with it. Because building on what you said, you don't. Uh, I'm like trying to like negotiate and settle down, but I was like, you don't even need to go above 1080p. You just needed to make it more
Mm-hmm.
stable and more capable of running higher frames. Like you know, a lot of the times when we play PlayStation games, you have a choice to favor performance or graphics. We'll just favor performance.
Performance.
So like we just need like a strong performance mode where people
Mm-hmm.
could just get that. I don't know. My head hurts from wearing the headset.
Okay.
It's
So yeah,
hard. It's hard to compare these. They're really weird, but
it's hard. Yeah. You got to like research off screen, but I think by now there's a Tegra like X2 and stuff, so they
there's
could just
got
upgrade to those. Okay, so storage, Switch also has 32 gigs of internal storage, which is S, but it has a micro slot, so you could go up to like a terabyte. Can you imagine? There's terabyte micro SDs now.
yeah. You think it might be better if you do like an SSD, like you could open and pop your own SSD in there, not a high
It
end one,
would be,
just like
but
a basic one, not PCIe Gen 4. I sound bro. You know what's crazy? I don't even know this stuff that well, and I'm like, it's funny that I'm saying this stuff.
I just want I know they want to like make it as cheap as possible, so I would think unless they really need that fast communication speed, that maybe they wouldn't do the SSD.
Yeah, at this point, you probably make. It's just crazy to me that like, yo, right now, like Google go like we're it's a Canadian price, but just look at the price of a PlayStation 5.
Okay, let me do it off because it doesn't show my address
Yeah,
somehow. PlayStation 5
5.
price.
Like, you can order one, right?
Okay, so it's 500 USD. And if I go to Best Buy, it's 650 Canadian.
So it's 650 Canadian. Don't you feel like are you? So my question, like when I sit there, right? The question I'm like, how did you create that for 650 Canadian? That's like 500 USD, right?
Ah,
Dog, that thing plays
really well.
really well.
Okay.
I'll give you one example. So in my personal rig, I have a 3090, right? Right. You know,
And you've played the same game on the PlayStation 5, right?
so yeah, so I've put one of the games I got the 3090 specifically for was to play Assassin's Creed because it's so not optimized on PlayStation. It's really badly optimized. So you need a high GPU, right? So I get a 3090 and I use the frame and like I play it and I'm like, this is a good improvement, but man, this is a taxing thing, right? And then at some point, because I like the taptic feedback and stuff,
In the PlayStation
on the
5
PlayStation, I
controllers.
went over to the PlayStation 5. I switched to performance mode. I'm playing on a TV, and it's so smooth. I'm like,
Is it
oh,
better?
I'm not gonna say it's better because like it's so smooth and well functioning. The first thing in my mouth is I'm like, my 39 is useless. What is the point of this? Like, this is so smoothly done. Why is it so like so one? It shows you that you can optimize it to be better. But what was the other point I was trying to say? That
I thought the main point is that it's just straight optimized on the PlayStation 5.
that so but it also part of what I was saying is like, how did you guys create this for $500? For $500, you have something running better. My 3090 cost 1,800 Canadian.
It's running better specifically for the game it's made for it.
Yeah, but you think about because you know the GPU that's in there, right? It's
I don't know.
it's AMD's what the heck's it called?
The Radeon thing?
Not Radeon.
Oberon?
No, it's got like a special name. Yeah, it's like the RDNA 2 thingy, like architecture and stuff. Like, uh, this is what they're using basically, and it's running so well that my
Mm-hmm.
question is like, I know the PlayStation sold at a loss in order to like compete,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's what I'm saying. Like, you have this good of an optimized thing. This thing would like 10x the performance of a Switch.
Mm.
So the
Yeah, if you
all
see those graphics that it has to run, yeah.
yeah, so all this nonsense I'm saying is just pointing out like it almost seems like so such a steal. Like the thing I'll tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, don't if you like gaming, don't go buy a rig anymore. Like we were just buying rigs for like 2-3 thousand in order to put together a modest build. Now you can buy a PlayStation for 500 USD and it does the same thing and it has a built-in capture card and it's got taptic feedback that you can't get by plugging your controller to rig. Why would you? So all
Can't emulate that.
so like can't
Well, I guess you could.
all of that for $500? Switch, come on.
A $500 Switch. Well, we'll see. We'll keep going down the list, right? But I see. For last before today, I would think maybe they could do two models, right? A strong one for everyone who wants to pay for it. But I'm realizing that I think they're gonna try to make it as simple as possible. So okay, we'll keep going. So battery, the Switch, not this one. The Switch battery life is 2.5 to 6 hours.
That could be improved.
Yeah, but you'd have to make it thicker, right?
Which I don't think anyone else gonna have a problem with.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. It's pretty like kind of feels a bit cheap sometimes the Switch,
Yeah,
but maybe because you have the controls connected, and then it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and then it has stereo speakers, and then a headphone jack, and then the dock, especially if you have the OLED one, it has Ethernet and then some USBs. Okay, so that's everything in the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go back through them, and we could think about what they could upgrade in it, right? So first thing is the chip, the Tegra X1 chip. Obviously, they could upgrade that to a better one. Next one is the RAM. I don't know if they need more RAM, but maybe they could just keep it at 4.
They could, but the thing I keep thinking about is I want it to be future proof to allow more developers to come in, right?
Future proof, yeah.
Like it might work for another year, but 2 3 years in it's gonna lag so that they're gonna get caught slipping, and that company has too much money to let their console slip, right? Because the whole thing is like this is once you all they have to do is get this into the consumer's hands. The way that Pokemon will make a Pokemon Nintendo makes a lot of the money is because most of the games you play on the Switch are exclusive to Switch. So all they have to do is they could do the same thing the PlayStation's doing. First, let's get it into their hands. Then we'll give them what's that game called? Harvest Moon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called?
Harvest Moon is one of the games, yeah.
Yeah, like, but that's the point. Let's get it into their hands, and then give them Tears of the Kingdom, give them Pokemon, give them once it's in their hands, they have like they're gonna buy the games associated with it, right? So I feel like they could produce something and maybe say, like, what if they took a page out of PlayStation books and say, we will sell at a loss. Let's just get this into the hands of the consumers, and then let's create like subscription model something. But like, you could, bro. There's no reason why a Switch right now is 450 Canadian, and a PlayStation is 650 Canadian, and it's just that much better.
That's true. Let me just look up the Switch price again. Canadian, right? What the heck? Hold up.
Keep in mind, this is like what, 8 years old?
6.
6 years old. It's still 469. This makes no sense.
Okay, so the wow. So the normal Switch is 400 Canadian, and then the OLED is 450 Canadian. Is this right, or is this refurbished? The normal Switch is 400 Canadian.
And it's such a doo doo.
In the insides, at least. Okay, so maybe RAM for future proof, and they should make it up to 6, right? I mean, I'm just throwing these out there. Obviously, I have to be able to budget it, right? The screen. So, I think the OLED Switch is. It would have to be an upgrade from the OLED Switch, right? So, normal Switch is 6.2 LCD. I think the OLED is 7-inch OLED, right? So, do they have to make it bigger than 7 inches?
I would like that because it's just a bit more.
It could be too big sometimes, right?
You think this is like? It's actually an all right size, to be honest.
Let me see.
Like, here's my hand.
Yeah, it's pretty big, man.
Like, it's a pretty decent. Like, the best way of looking at it is like the way like, it's pretty.
Like compared to the DS screen, man, we were not that I was happy with that, but that sufficed.
Like, that's
You
not.
know, compared to your phone,
Yeah, it's not that bad, right?
so it's bigger, right?
Yeah, it's bigger.
7 inches.
An 8 inch screen would be good, but I was gonna say that would be cool, like you can go to 8 inches to do LCD and it'll work. I know we're confusing.
Oh, you know what? That is one thing they could do. So
Switch back to LCD, try to save cost. Wouldn't care about that.
when
Or
it com-
or mini LED. Sorry.
when it comes to two models, I don't know if they can make a stronger version, but they can make one where it's a bit more fancy in like the display and battery life. But the actual performance would have to be the same. I'm thinking, but they could make a one that's like $50 more with the OLED and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So other thing on the list was dock. Okay, this is a big one for us. We want them to add
A big dog. A big, not big dog, but a good dog.
yeah, like a GPU and like you're saying maybe like SSD stuff. That'd be crazy, man. I mean, I don't know, man. That really brings up the price. I'll talk about the GPU thing in a sec, but with I mean, in a fantasy world, right? If you could have some kind of GPU in there, bro, you could kick it straight up to 4K because it's not PS5 graphics; they're rendered differently.
Yeah, like do we know what, like, I don't want to use that example, but you may as well. Like, do we know what like a Steam Deck GPU is? That's a big boy, but like, what does a Steam Deck use?
Steam Deck. What is this, bro? The Van Gogh. I don't even know how to read this.
I don't know how to
stuff.
read this.
A Zen 2 AMD APU,
But it's RDNA too, so it's like,
okay, you know
what the guy say down there? He said GPU equivalent.
this one?
No, down. There was like a Reddit thingy. He said Steam Deck GPU equivalent.
Steam Deck GPU equivalent is
Hard to judge.
A 1050 Ti.
Yeah, okay. So like let's say a 1050 Ti with 720p, just well optimized.
So just make the 720 perform better. You're saying, right?
Yeah.
We really don't need 4K, honestly. So what is the sweet spot we want? Maybe keep it. Maybe 1080. But do it okay. If it's handheld, do we need 1080 on handheld?
No, you just need 720 on handle.
So they could do the same thing, I guess. 720 and upscale it.
Yeah, all they have to do is do just a super version of what they're doing right now. Just what they have going right now works. Like these are 720p. We plug it in. It's 1080p upscale.
And so it's just the frames are better now.
The frames are better. The taptic feedback is better. And then if you possibly can, I'm not. You don't need the latest Gen 4 SSDs. Yeah, okay. Like even if you have the equivalent of like what was like 3 4 years ago, those SSDs are pretty fast. I'm pretty sure they're better than what.
Well, that's what I have in mine. I
Okay,
haven't.
compare like there's a goofy SSD that's old.
Yeah.
In that,
All the SDs we have are old.
they're pretty old, but like they're probably leagues faster than an SD card.
Yeah, of course, bro.
So why do we have SD cards?
I don't even know why we have them, bro.
Using SSD, bro.
they-
Bro, pretty sure SSD is like a $20 cost to put that in. A $18
is there a
cost.
chance SD cards are actually fast?
You sound
No, there isn't.
SD cards aren't fast.
So how can games run off the SD card?
I have no idea. I'm not a computer person.
All right, so internal storage. I think the OLED has 64 by default. No one cares about that. They could keep it 32 or 64.
Yeah.
Battery, okay, they should make it thicker and give us more battery. So from 2.5 to 6 hours to what?
Oh, I need like I want at least like what did you say the battery was?
2.5 to 6 hours, depending on the game being played.
Yeah, so we need 5 to 12.
Okay. And then it has,
This thing goes out quick.
I wouldn't know. I never played handheld.
It'll go out quick. Like I'll leave it on my desk. It'll be fully charged, and I'll like go do something, and then like the next day I'll go do it, and it's at 12%. I'm like, what's wrong with you, bro? I didn't turn you on. So it doesn't have that standby ability to just like you can do something in software, but
Okay, that's generally the list. So
Yeah.
if we want to be as realistic as possible, there isn't too much to upgrade aside from like battery life and then the
performance.
performance for better frames. We don't even care about the resolution, which is so weird, dude. Because when I'm playing Zelda, I can tell the resolution isn't that high, but it
Bother you.
doesn't bother me. Okay, so
Well, when Call of Duty makes it into Switch, there's no way they're gonna be able to play it with the current.
yeah. So I looked into Fantasyland of what people like really wanted. So they said they want a stronger chip.
Yeah, ask an expert. Like we're just like freestyling this. I feel like we're like in business.
Listen, no one is an expert online. So the things they said is a new chip, 4K resolution, OLED revamp design, better battery life, some kind of like better Joy Cons, backwards compatibility with normal Switch games. That's it. But the 4K thing, I don't know. I think that might be a crazy jump because I want it to be affordable for people.
4K is too much for.
Okay.
They're not ready for 4K yet. Nintendo isn't.
And then I looked up problems with the Nintendo Switch. These are the things they could tackle, right? So first thing is Joy-Con drift. Have you ever had that?
People mention that even with the PlayStation, I haven't experienced Joy-Con drift.
You've never. People apparently buy controllers brand new and they're Joy-Con drifting.
Really?
Yeah, it's with the Joy-Cons, not the Pro controller. You've never experienced that.
No.
They got a suit over it, I think. Another issue was the dock being scratched. So I guess they just got to make it slide in better. And then the Switch getting hot. Does the Switch get hot for you?
Not really. I never experienced anything problematic about my Switch. But that could just be because I'm like. I mean, I played Pokemon and a couple other games, but
And last one, built-in apps like a web browser. What apps are on that?
not that many.
So what if they like? I don't. Maybe they have to sign a deal for this, but imagine they could have like Netflix and stuff on that.
They could, or even just like do like YouTube, like what they got with YouTube. And,
I think YouTube's on that already.
Yeah, I'll tell you another thing. Like the three that'd be cool is Netflix, YouTube, and then Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll's a hard one to get.
But if you got that
How
in
is it
there,
even on the PlayStation? That's
like,
weird.
isn't that the coolest combination? You play Pokemon and there's anime on your Switch, and then you take the Switch on the go.
That kind of app store for apps, not for Nintendo products, would be good.
Yeah,
Okay, so those are the main issues. And I think the OLED Switch has Bluetooth. So now I'm gonna get into the last thing I want to talk about. So Netflix was on the 3DS. Really, bro? I just remember having the DS and trying my best to load YouTube and it never worked.
yeah. You think that's
Or the
crazy?
DSi.
When I was younger, I tried to get the browser working on the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah. The
Like,
P?
oh yeah, never mind. It's not the Vita. It's the
Yeah.
PSP.
Yeah.
Right? My pops bought me a PSP, and then I found out that like if you like do some, you have to like do some work for what I was
It
able to.
cut the battery, right?
No. That's to
Oh,
mod it to like
do legal stuff.
do illegal stuff. I got people in weird places. But what was talking about?
You said something about the PS4, I mean, PSP browser.
Yeah, I just remember attempting to use a browser and like you just to type in Google.
Oh,
It was cool though. Once you saw Google pop up, you're like, oh
yeah.
yeah, but you couldn't even do anything. You could just search an image. That's it.
Someone made this site for the DSi where it would play GIFs, and it's like a YouTube. It's for there's like three GIFs. It's for people who wanted to use YouTube, but there's only like three.
Videos.
Bro, there is nothing you could do. It's like, but you know when you had those flip phones, and you just go through settings. There's nothing to do, especially if you only had one game on the DS.
Yeah,
You just be
yeah,
going
yeah.
through settings.
And look at the world we live in now. How many apps can you run on like your phone? There's got to be a way to run multiple apps on a Switch.
Yeah, I
You know,
just
it'd
think
be
it's about signing stuff, maybe.
it'd be cool if, like you said, there is apps, and then Nintendo started to pay developers like to like add more apps. Like for example, what if Nintendo created their own like in-house like Pokédex system, right? Like they created an app, and now it's built into the Switch. So like what you could do is you could be playing, be like, hold up a second, and then you activate a voice command and be like, how do I beat this thing, and like, and
Okay.
it'll just pull up a thing,
That
and
if it's integrated,
yeah, but
that's
that's
cool.
the point,
Oh, you
integration.
mean like integrated?
Developers in
Oh,
integration. So now Zelda, they may make an app that make it so like you can like, I don't know, do something. It's similar to having how you would have a second screen. How it
wow. So it's almost like when you go home, like the app is still running in the back and stuff.
yeah. So for things like that, you would want more RAM, and
The card for the DS was called R4. Yeah. Yeah, for the PSP, you have to like cut the battery or something.
it was some weird thing. Like computer, those the computer guys, we knew they would do crazy stuff. To me, it made no sense, but
So this is the issue, right? It's what you said when you tried to play Assassin's Creed and it worked really well in the PlayStation 5, right? And this, I was looking in and I'm like, damn, because I wanted to look in and see how possible it was for us to when we slide the new Switch in. There's like a GPU in the dock, and your TV on your TV is just like 4 times as powerful. And the issue is in the companies when they have to make games for the Switch, they make it specifically for the Switch's hardware, right? It gets weird with computer games because it's just broad. They can't. That's why you get more glitches. But the reason like God of War runs so well is because it's made specifically.
yeah, they're giving dev kits and they have to make it
Yeah,
specific.
right. So the idea we talked about where maybe they can make a strong Switch and a weak Switch. Well, when they make their games, now they have to make it for two templates. And so if you had to dock your Switch and suddenly now it's using a different processor and processing in 4K, they have to make the game for both of those now. So it's almost like for the sake of the developers that they would never do that.
Or they can just design it so that it's designed to uphold itself to the higher standard.
Oh, and just
So
hold
all the
it.
developers go and they feed towards that higher standard, and then because that's how it is with, think about it. We play PlayStation. There's PlayStation, like there's games that are like that came before the PlayStation when thing came out and after, right? And they're all optimized and they all do different versions of like performance, but like you can decide favorite performance or favorite graphics, and then it'll like down and upscale
Interesting. Okay,
depending.
so you know how
So once you dock it, it may do something similar to that. Like they've done a good job at like answering that question.
so you think there's still a chance they could do something?
Yeah, because think about it. Like when God of War was on the PlayStation 4, it only ran 30 frames. So if we stuck by what you said, and they were building games specifically for PlayStation, they're already like limited. But now that they have the PS5, that thing is 60 frames. It's like 4K. It's like amazing. And
So didn't they make a separate God of War essentially for the PS5 then? That's why they're different discs, something like that.
I think they may have done something like they like upscaled PS5 and re-released it as a PS5 version, but I don't think that's too hard to do. Because I do know there's remasters. Like if you buy Spider-Man, there's a PS4 version, and then like when you if you digitally buy it, it'll say PS4, and then you could swipe a tab and it'll go PS5, and you could get the PS5 version. And I don't think it's that hard because I think it's just more about upscaling and just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So maybe the fake dock, the fake upscaling. So they put something in the dock that isn't a GPU, but other things to help them upscale it. Maybe it would make more sense. But if they could work a way around that, then cool. I mean, I want that.
What if we did this? What if when it's in your hand like this, it favors performance. But once you dock it, it favors performance and graphics.
Okay.
That's it. So no matter the way the developers work is you design it so that the second it's disconnected, it only favors performance because it's a 720p screen. It doesn't need to focus on making the graphics better, right? But once you dock it and it goes, oh, we got both the pieces. Now we can do graphics and performance. So I can give you better graphics to
That
match
might
the
be
performance.
possible.
That's the only way I can see it.
I hope.
Trust me,
I
it's
think-
confusing.
I think that idea would be so cool, dude. Like that, it's so perfect. You dock your Switch and now it's stronger.
Not
you know,
stronger.
It's so weird if they actually can't pull that off. But I mean, but it would make sense if not. All right, so you want to want to guess the Pokemon?
Yeah.
This was too much tech for us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not by any stretch to means a tech person. Like I'm talking about
None of us
3090s.
are.
I know nothing like this is a funny story, but like my computer just like basically I had a gaming rig, and then I got all excited and I wanted to like change the PC case. So I'm like, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
So I took the whole PC apart myself and I tried to put in a new case, and then like 12 months went by. I didn't even use the PC.
Where's it now?
And then like and then this is the funny and then I was like, no, I'm gonna fix it. Then about like a month ago, I like opened it up to look at it. I looked at it for 3 seconds, went it just went and dust flew everywhere, and I'm like, yo, I took this to a computer shop.
Oh, you got it fixed?
I took it to a computer shop. I told them to do it for me.
Oh,
and
you
they,
got it
they
then.
rebuilt it. It's working now, but the point is I know nothing about. I'm like, yo, get out of here, bro. I don't know where this pin goes to go, bro. I suck at this.
Yeah, my computer's pretty old too now. But yo, my computer makes so much noise because we built it wrong, bro.
Yeah, we did
You
some
see the way the GPU didn't fit, so we have it like sticking its head out. I can't even close it. When I'm editing videos, I have to constantly cut my audio because you can hear the fan rumbling. I gotta take that to the shop and have someone else rebuild it.
Yeah, you basically. I think you have to get like a new case, and you have to get someone to like completely
I had that
redo
for
it.
so long, man.
Because it's a pretty good thing.
It's a good computer, but like it's so loud. Like if I had it on, you would be able to hear it from here.
Yeah.
Something wrong with it. Maybe I should do that. All right, let's guess the Pokemon. I had a couple ideas for guess the Pokemon. I completely forgot them. Frick. Maybe I was thinking guess the trainer.
I'm gonna guess the Pokemon do a somersault and right into like this couch and go right back to bed.
Damn, what was the idea? I wrote it somewhere. All right, you wanna try guess like the trainer, bro?
Guess the trainer? That's hilarious. Guess the trainer.
Let's try this.
We're gonna try guess the trainer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold up then. This is gonna be so weird. Do I even have a notepad to even attempt this? I don't know why.
Do you know who Bruxish is? Someone mentioned Bruxish.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
You know it?
It's a Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you know it?
I know the name.
It's a freaking ugly ass Pokemon.
It's a fish?
Yeah, because someone said Bruxish. Never mind, he won't know that. Yeah, it's a fish.
Ha! I knew it. You think I don't know, and you're probably right.
All right, guess the trainer.
I want a pen. This is gonna be even harder. Guess a trainer.
Yeah,
Just
we
guess-
have no experience with this, so
this
it'll be
is- this is
interesting.
everywhere. Okay, guess the trainer. Okay, who's going? I'll go first.
All right,
You got
you're
it?
gonna guess mine? I think I should guess yours first.
This is wait. Is it like this? This is anyone who wields a Pokemon. See?
Well, it's in the games, no anime.
In game,
Yeah,
no anime.
no anime.
In game. But it's any trainer that has a vote.
Any trainer.
Okay, so we have to put a rule like you I can't just put youngster Joey.
That was my guess, because everyone called me to Youngster Joey.
I win. Game over. I'm going home.
No, but
Bye,
I'm
guys.
guessing yours. So not F it, I'm changing mine.
That's it. I'm
Yo,
done.
Shades, you guys screwed me
I'm
over.
going home, guys.
Everyone kept saying Youngster Joey. No. Stop.
Will our heroes find on the next episode of them?
How? All right, let's just I'm guessing yours, right?
Me, I got the info from Dot.
Dot is ass. We've already realized this.
Oh yeah, I forgot it, man. From Penny.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a penny for your thoughts. Ha!
Penny for your thoughts?
Yeah, because Penny helped figure out your thoughts. I figured out your thoughts. You were thinking, never mind. I'm going to bed.
I don't
Not
know.
that I
Thoughts
take,
like that.
I don't even take naps, but huh?
Okay, I'm gonna guess your Pokemon. You have one.
Is it guess Pokemon?
No, your trainer. My bad.
Okay, so you have to guess my trainer.
Yeah. Okay. You got Pokemon?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna. Let's see.
Wow, he looks like Ice Spice.
Me?
No. Some trainer.
If someone said I look like Ice Spice, I am like every color on my face is the opposite of Ice Spice. Stop this.
Did the Terraform leak or something? Nah, but we talked about a TCG card that looks cool. Looks like what a Terraform could look like. It's earlier.
I got my trainer.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
9 questions.
I wrote it so that I could show it in case.
All right, first question. Is it a champion?
No.
Frick, man.
What you think, Lance?
Yeah.
Ha!
Is it a gym leader?
See, you try to like one up what my brain would go to.
Gym leader.
Is it a what?
Is it a gym leader?
Yes. I hate life.
There are like 70 gym leaders, man.
Yeah, but you can narrow that down.
We didn't put any narrow rules. Do we have any?
No, this is free.
Is it from the first 4 gens?
No.
Is it from...
I have a feeling chat's gonna get this. I hate y'all.
I don't know any gym leaders in 5, 6, and 8. It's clearly 9.
Yeah, it's questions. I don't know. What makes you think I? Oh,
You don't know any either.
Rob, but I was dab.
I'm not wasting a question on this. It's a Gen 9 gym leader, bro. It's probably Brassius. Let me look at his face.
Who?
Why is he... Okay. Hi. That's not a guess. I just have to see your face. It's a Gen 9 gym leader, 100%. I don't know any... There's no way you know 5, 6, 7.
Bro,
There's no even 7, so it's just 5, 6, 8. You don't know any 5, 6, 8s. You
don't
even...
underestimate me, bro.
No, you never even played 8. 5 and 6. What's a 6? 5 and 6. 6, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. I don't know. Is it from Gens 5 or 9?
Yes.
Okay, because I know you know Iris. Is it from Gen 9?
Yes.
Yeah, Frank, man! Stole my questions. It's Brassius after all. I'm not guessing that.
Imagine take his questions out at least.
I know you know the gym leader, so I have to think about this. He knows the pink-haired girl.
You're just waiting for me to smile, bro. I'm putting.
It's a dirty-ass glove,
That's
bro.
a dirty glove, bro. I see dust. There's a home. I use this that.
Dusty-ass glove.
Bruh.
Frank, how?
Keep guessing.
I have 4 questions. I have to narrow the gym leader somehow. Let me think. We have Brassius. We have the chef, the water chef. We have Katie, the bug girl. We have the psychic girl. We have the ice guy.
I'm just gonna smile because he's gonna look for me to smile. So I'm just gonna smile. So by default, he can't fucking.
We have the Norman, Larry, but you wouldn't do Larry. Frick. I just have to do 4 guesses. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's super stoic. Is it Larry?
No.
Frick, 7 left. Is it?
Well, you asked if he was Jim Lee, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Larry's a champ.
Larry's champion.
Larry's in the lead 4. He like did some
Larry's
weird.
champion.
Larry's a champion.
Well, he's a gym leader too, bro.
I'm the champion, Larry.
Ew. What if they made like the gold and silver of Scarlet and Violet, and instead of a lance, it's like the lance is Larry. All right. So is it Grusha.
No.
Is it Brassius?
That name just makes me laugh.
He's so. It's not.
No.
Frick! Don't know anymore. I have one guess and five gym leaders. Ice Girl. It's not Katie. You don't know. You don't care about Katie. It's definitely the psychic girl. What other ones are there? Oh, the chef. It's not the chef. Is it the psychic girl?
Who's the psychic girl?
Um.
Oh, that weird hair.
Well, it's clearly not, bro. Frick, I'm out of guesses.
No,
So
but like the one with purple hair.
yeah, it's not her, obviously. Unless she got like a super stoic face.
No, it's not.
What's my think about it? Oh, I'm out of guesses. Okay, the last four. So bad, bro. I narrowed it down, guys. I wasted 4 questions on guesses.
Yo, you got pull up the gym leaders?
Yeah, I'm done. I lost.
Oh. I'm like, he allowed to just open them up, bro.
We're gonna go through the gym leaders. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try.
Well, I'll just literally help you guess it.
I'm gonna look at them.
No, I'm gonna let you guess it.
Oh, okay, okay.
You
Okay.
I'll help you guess it, right? So, if you want to get to it, you need to think infinite. To get to it, it's interesting to you if you, yeah, you don't get it. For once, I tapped into my like.
Is he like an Eminem looking gym leader? Oh!
Till I collapse and spit in these raps, long as you feel them till the
It's
day
the
that I.
chef? Because he looks like Eminem?
No.
It's not.
The, we are talking about gym leaders, right?
Mm.
Yeah, you basically there's a part of your brain, it's gone.
The freak, man.
It's just
Stop flattering.
it's just empty, bro.
Ooh.
I tried so like
Lincoln Park? Listen. No. I'm ready.
he tried so hard,
I'm ready. So it's not the chef. I only have 3 left now.
bro. I tried like
Caddy, it's not Caddy. So I have to try infinite to get interesting to be embezzling.
if you keep going strong, you can guess this Pokemon that can embrace you with open arms. It's a
So like Caddy gets hugged by the bear.
Gen 9 gym leader that
What are the other 2 even aside from Katie?
go back in time in your prime. You know,
I'm just sticking with the fisherman, man, because he might have been stronger when he was younger.
I cannot wait for this to go out the Clips channel.
Frick, man. No.
Subscribe to the Clips channel. This is gonna be great. It's
What?
probably a bad plugin, but
Plug-in. This is a bad plug-in.
that happens too. Bro, I cannot believe this. This is incredible.
What are the last 2 gym leaders, bro? I'm just thinking of the fighting girl.
Yeah, it's literally it's the easiest one I could give you.
Bro, what? Okay, let's.
For some reason now I'm terrified that if I tell you the answer, you're gonna be like, that doesn't count because of this. I'm gonna be like, how the hell did I know?
So let's just think, right? I'm starting the game. I can go fight Katie. I could go fight Brassius. Okay, I'm done. Now who do I fight? I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you one final guess. This will easily give it to you. Ready?
I don't know if I want it. It's so close.
I mean, at this point, you stink.
Wow, man, I can't remember the last 2. I'm thinking Giacomo now. No, they don't count as gym leaders, but maybe. Okay, go.
What do you want me to give you this like wild card?
Yeah.
Okay, you know this wild card. This is the wild card, okay? No?
That's it?
Yeah, that's all you get. In times of excitement.
This is crazy. You're not trolling me?
No.
There's an answer to this?
Guys, I'm going.
Frick, nah, man. I'm pissed because I'm like, it must be so obvious.
Yo, I'm now I genuinely think I don't have this format right. Like, is it like these are gym leaders, right?
Yeah, but the team Stardews, they give you badges, but they're not gym leaders.
Yeah, well, I never. It wasn't.
Okay, I'm just making sure. My,
This is crazy.
you know what the problem is? I just don't know what the last 2 are, so I have to think. Okay, look, Caddy, Brassius, Garusha, Sarala, the girl who looks like Sarala. Katie, I already said that. Chef guy, is it Rock? What the heck are the typings? Oh my god, bro. Fairy, no, that's Ortega. Man, it's over, bro. Dude, it's the Dusty Glove. Why'd you put the Dusty Glove again?
because it's dusty, which has to do with dust, which takes you to dusk noir, which is dusk, dust, dust noir.
There's no way, bro. I'm so mad.
I'm a host.
Right! Oh! I forgot it! Rap Powered?
There's no power.
What the frick is he Rap Powered? It's the same page?
It's the same page from last week, but you guys got the other part right. There's international police there too, though, right? Bro, that's crazy. The moment I'm like, yo, I'll like temporarily turn on
Eminem,
my
like,
rap
goes
powers,
so
and I'm
hard.
just like,
I was thinking of the fish guy because he has like a buzz cut like Eminem.
yo, this is crazy. Because I was like, Pokemon open, and I even did the thing where I was like, because when she
Oh,
closes,
the eyelash.
because when she's rapping, it looks like her eyes are closed.
What's it called? Eyeshadow? Yeah.
Yo, I thought that just as quick as I was gonna catch Youngster Joe, you're gonna be like, who's a rhyme? I'm like, I hate this.
Dude, she was my blind. This is what you meant. My brain. Someone took part of my
Yeah,
brain.
there's a part of your brain that got taken.
So who's the last gym leader I'm forgetting?
Um, the you did say the chef.
So the chef. I said Katie, and now rhyme. So I'm missing one.
Remember the guy with the Drampa beard? He's got the crazy beard going on. He's like, oh. Is that
That's the chef.
so? What about the girl?
Okay,
Isn't there a girl chef that makes like puff pastries and stuff?
bro. I'm just gonna look at
Call
you.
the
Okay?
gym leaders, bro. I quit.
Help me. What's happening?
That
Oh, her. No, we guessed her. We guessed
Gracias.
Iono. Oh, guys, you can't see. It's Iono. That's the one.
That is hilarious. Last week you made me. Last week you tried to make me guess a Pokemon. It was Ditto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you were trying to hint it to me, like I watched back the clip and I was like, wow, I'm so dumb. Like, cause he was trying everything in his power to like try to hint it to me. And then like at some point I said Mew and you're like, that's a good guess. And you try to keep poking me in that direction and I couldn't figure out. Then eventually I was like, it's Ditto. And I felt like a dummy, right?
Yeah.
You
I've
it-
taken the thing.
the
Yo,
du-
do you know Iono is another thing Dot could meet and be like, yo, so Iono and Penny, they're like compatible with their, for like just story
yeah, I mean for starters,
collab.
if you would end up seeing what's it called?
Dot.
Giranum?
Just say Dot. I don't remember.
Dot.
Guruma or something.
Guruma, but it would be cool. It's like Iono Guruma like
Collab.
collab, and they just stream, and then like Lico's like double blushing.
Oh, because Ligo's from Paldia, so she's a fan of Iono.
Yeah, so they're just doing a collaboration.
Bro, okay, so you guess my trainer, I guess, man.
I have to guess another one.
You're guessing mine.
I won.
I thought didn't we guess already?
Yeah, I won. Youngster Joey and Rhyme.
No, Youngster Joey doesn't count.
Come on, bro. I like handle it like a champ. Fine. I'll do one more.
The thing is, it does count. The only reason it doesn't count is because you said we can't do that, but that was what my pick was. What do you think?
What? I want to do another one.
Yeah. No, right?
I feel like the fans want that crack.
Then they'll give it to him, bro. It's cracked.
You gotta wait till next week.
Alright, let's get out of here. I can't believe it, bro.
I won.
Like, I got defeated with that one question, and then...
That was, you know what that was? That was like my one hit KO.
Yo, he looks like a Darmanitan.
I was gonna say, look, that's why I call it Drampa beard.
Doesn't he look like Darmanitan?
He's got bat eyebrows. Rhyme is just hectic, bro. This lady, man.
I thought this was Murdoch's sister.
This lady.
Because, look, she got the pink hair, right? So now Dot has pink hair.
Bro, she looks like they're gonna do a Pokemon Barbie collab.
Well, that's what she is.
And then this one over here.
You know what we could have done? Time! Because she's secretly one of the gym leaders.
I could have, but
Frick, that would have been crazy.
That would have been impossible to have guessed.
Yeah, if you just really...
Because I would never have known like that. She was previously the Rock type gym leader. That's pretty cool. But yeah, man, that was some.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. So we've increased the volume of this, but it's still quiet. So loud for us, though.
Oh yeah, just play. Our heroes have successfully figured out a new avenue of guessing. Successful for me. Disgusting and dumb for him. Will he get better? Will we stick to this concept of guessing trainers? If you guys want that crack. Sorry.
Oh, where do we go?
Calcium.
Where do we go with the crack?
You gotta come back.
Where?
Find us back on Chilling with T. Or the TTar podcast.
Where do we go for the crack?
And subscribe. Go to where I subscribe. Go to where the subscribers go. And you'll get your calcium.